Yeah, let's just think about this for a moment. My Saturday night included going to a place where I met, let's be honest, Sunny, who is still smoking hot.
Yeah, she did a porno, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
that's gotta be. That's in your hard drive. Admit it.
Oh yeah, that's in the stank bank. I mean, it's it's up there. Yeah. And look at his Saturday nights. His Saturday nights probably included a circle jerk with Tom Brady and Master Chief. Oh, Tom, please deflate your balls in my mouth while Master Chief quad chucks loads of semen in my face. I mean, so you compare Saturday nights, there's no comparison.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
Radio Underground, episode 68. That was a great tribute to Jeff, who was here last week. I felt I didn't give him his due leading up to him being here, but he kind of didn't tell me he was coming till I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. But it was good to have Jeff here. Brian and Al are here, as always. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
And
what's up?
Anyways, it was nice to have Jeff here last week, and Jay.
Yeah.
But Jay will finally get his crack at 69.
Yep.
Next week we're 69. All gonna. Next week it's all 69. All four of us.
Yep. And for those of you watching, I'm not sick. I didn't join a white nationalist movement.
I was just going to ask, who does your hair?
Yeah. His name is Fuhrer. Pure Gebling. He doesn't.
It's my friend Norelco.
Yeah. He runs a
Hans Norelco.
Hans Norelco.
Dieter Norelco.
He's got places everywhere from the
Braun. Yeah, Dieter Braun.
Dieter Braun
from Deutschland.
He's got places in the Andes and the Alps, both.
Yeah.
So laboratories, things like that.
Yeah.
They do a lot of tests.
I'm gonna when I do the tags and stuff for this episode, I'm gonna put white nationalist in it.
Well, we're getting kicked off. Don't, because we'll be kicked off everything.
Tonight's musical guests are
like right. We had one viewer that left right away. Nope. See, I popped up with one in there. Like, nope. I don't want to even have this in my history. So yeah, we've guys.
Storm front. No.
Speaking of storms and weather and
natural
disasters, we survived the great earthquake of 2020. It happened in Monroe, about an hour from here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys feel it?
Well, you know what? The reason I want to bring it up is because I didn't feel it, but
Me either.
the kids have a. Do you remember those styrofoam plane gliders? Used to get like the big ones that were like they were made of straight up styrofoam, but it's two pieces. One was the fuselage and one was the wing.
Yes.
We had one sitting on top of the bookshelf in the computer room, our spare bedroom, and it was sitting there. And I was doing stuff for the channel, for the YouTube channel, and all of a sudden this thing just all of a sudden after like 2 years of sitting up there just fell and floated down. I'm like, well, that was weird.
That's an earthquake.
Ghost.
And then I was I was looking at one of the news sites about 40 minutes later, and it's like there was an earthquake 40 minutes ago. I'm like, oh shit! I wonder if that's why that thing fell.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
Where were you guys during the Great Monroe earthquake of 2020?
The Great Earthquake of 2020? I was in a shop, I believe, because it was.
No, it was like 6:55. You weren't at work yet.
Oh,
yeah, because your schedule changed.
Oh, then I was sleeping.
Most people slept through it.
I sleep through earthquakes. So
I have vertigo all the time, so I wouldn't know the difference.
Where were you guys at?
My blood pressure medicine makes me dizzy. So.
I know we need to write a tribute song to the victims.
Where were you
when Monroe shifted away?
Well, like you said, the scariest part is that it hit like a half mile from the nuclear power plant.
Yeah, the only nuclear power plant we have within 100 miles is where the fucking earthquake happened.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
That's fine. It was built by the same people that built Fukushima. We're fine.
Little Fukushima flavor.
Yeah.
We are excellent to each other. Thank you.
I'm always excellent to everyone.
It was great. It was our biggest earthquake in 2 years when we had a 3.2. Now I know how the people of the West Coast feel, like California.
Yeah.
This might feel like the fear they live in every single day.
Yeah.
I know what the people feel like in the Pacific Rim on those volcanic islands that get like at magnitude 6 every day.
Every single day. Now we know what it's like.
Now me and the girl are both watching Bill and Ted's. Oh, okay.
Did you see his post? His girlfriend has never seen either of the Bill and Ted movies.
Oh, okay.
So I told him she needs to watch them, and if she doesn't enjoy them, it's time for a new girlfriend.
God gave rock and roll to you.
Me and the girl are watching Bill and Ted's. Okay, both
Bill and Ted's.
Plural, yes, both of them.
So would that be Bill's and Ted's or just Bill and Ted's?
That's actually a good. You know what? We need to get Ben in on this. He's the English expert.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the grammar police.
He hasn't been able to listen. He said he's been working a lot of hours
since he went back. Yeah, he's been.
Yeah, he said he gets up at like 2 a.m. He texted me out of the blue. It was weird. Right after, remember we were talking about. I was telling you how I watch Young Guns and Young Guns 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like out of the blue, he did not listen to the show. Out of the blue, he sends me something about we're in the spirit world while I'm working. I'm like, what the hell?
We're in the spirit world, asshole. They can't see us.
We're in the spirit world, stupid. They can't see you.
I'm going to go back and watch those movies again. Watch
after
the first
this
one, which was a good movie, and the second one, which was a Bon Jovi video for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
After this, it's Lost Boys. Yeah, Lost Boys is worth checking out.
Yeah, that was the other thing. His girlfriend's never seen Lost Boys.
Well, yeah, you got to watch that, too.
Did you even marry an American there?
Yeah.
Dating? I know they're not married.
No, she's younger than him. Correct? A couple of years. So he's like Alan said earlier, you can excuse her if she's a couple years younger than him. That means she was basically born in between the two Bill and Teds, if my math is right.
Yeah.
She's born in between the two, so I can give her some leeway. But you're I think she's in her 30s now. There's no excuse now. You need to start watching these films right
because the second one
now.
The second one's what? 90, right? Second one came out in
91.
Did it come out in 91?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because there was a gap, 2-year gap between the two. The first Bill and Ted was finished in 88.
It came out in 89.
Yeah, because the company that made it went under, and they basically said, "You guys made this movie, but it's never going to see the light of day ever. Don't worry about it."
Well, yeah,
and then Nelson Entertainment bought it and released it the next year and became a surprise hit.
Which Chad we watch? I Justin, by the way, hi.
Hey,
I have a service I use that consolidates all the chats right here, so I can. It doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, Twitch, doesn't matter. I can see it.
It
don't
is
matter.
Periscope, which is Frank's choice of apps.
Craig / Amanda / I don't know which one it is.
Oh yeah, they do use it too, don't they?
They use Periscope.
I don't think they use it for the same reasons.
So
Frank
when I send out a message like this, like hello, you all get it. Whoa!
You should spell hello with the 3. What
And
happened?
I took out my chat somehow. Well, we did have chat.
Okay.
Now we don't.
The show's still recording though, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What'd you
Hi.
do?
There we go. Try that again. Anyway,
Everybody's still there?
As long as you guys are still there, that's all that matters.
All our fans.
Oh, they're there. Hey, there's Amanda.
Hey.
Amandag. Could be one. And now look. Now he's on Twitch.
What?
See, he went from YouTube to Twitch. See, you guys.
He's like, oh, neat.
You guys can get at us anywhere.
He's like, oh, neat. Golly gee willikers.
It is.
Golly gee willikers.
He lives in the South. They don't swear in the
1956.
South, so.
Yeah, there, guys. I wanted to play this drop. I don't know. You know how we always like a good voice crack.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
There's one
Unless it's mine.
with it was I was watching a video of like Randy Couture, like his old highlights, and the announcer, here it is.
Randy, the natural Couture.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
That's great.
Once again.
Randy, the natural Couture.
He was going through reverse puberty there. He went from like deep voice to 13.
He's like Benjamin Button. He's de-aging.
Yeah.
Just his voice, though.
He's on his way to being a fetus.
He's got vocal Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah. So we survived our earthquake. Just to let all you guys know.
It was scary.
Yes.
Justin, I know you're safe there in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But here in Detroit, not an hour south of here, horrifically dangerous, deadly 3.4 earthquake.
3.4.
And we lived.
The last one was a 3.2, and remember that was like 0.2 more.
Yeah.
This one.
I ain't going to lie, though. I'm trying not to get too anxious and think about that it was right by the nuclear
so close
facility.
To
And then,
It's like the only nuclear facility we got here in the fucking state.
Well, at least we don't have a super volcano underneath us.
That's true. That's true. That is
I remember when I found that out.
Yeah.
When I lived in
Yeah.
Utah, and I found out, oh no, that whole side of the west side of the Rockies is it's a big giant super volcano underneath. If that ever cracks open, you're dead.
The Yellowstone caldera is dangerous. We've talked about before.
I just pretend it's not there and it'll go away.
But they showed like where they're like, see, like where you live, they're like, there's this area called the Bench, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, yeah, if you live there, you might be okay. I'm like, I don't. They're like, then you're not going to be okay. They're like, pretty much everybody in this valley area is done. If this thing splits open, I'm like, well, that's good to know.
Did my walls shake? No. They did not shake.
Mine may have, and that's what caused the glider to fall off the shelf. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't verify this.
Brian's glider fell.
My daughter insists
a
that
glider that had been sitting there for 2 years and never moved.
never. Well, no. Kids.
That or something rational like a ghost.
It's probably a ghost.
Yeah,
We
probably.
get a lot of weird noises in our old house, but my daughter insists that it caused her pillows to fall off she was laying on the futon downstairs playing a game, and the pillows fell out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been the earthquake.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was exciting. It was our excitement for yesterday.
Can you shake me?
Shake me.
Or that's an inside joke. Brian's son had this phase where he wanted everyone to shake him. And Brian's like, stop asking people that. And he gets real quiet and close to me. He's like, can you shake me?
It was crazy.
I missed that, didn't I?
Oh, that was him and Luke stayed tonight here, right? With you and Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Phil, Mike looks like Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket. I've been called that many years ago.
Thank you.
I was called that by the black guys on my football team.
Oh, yeah.
When I played football in high school,
right.
They said I looked like Private Pile. I thought maybe that it's just because they thought we all looked the same. But now I know that I actually look like Private Pile because a white guy called me it. That's great.
Dude, can we use that as advertising? We'll be like, look, we got Vincent D'Onofrio here doing our show with us.
Yeah, Mike D'Onofrio. I remember when I played Thor, and I was in that lovely Elizabeth Shue. We were in that movie together.
Let's talk. Can we talk about Full Metal Jacket, Pile, and Vincent D'Onofrio real quick?
Sure. Jelly donut.
So, do you know that within 8 months of each other, he played Private Pile and also Thor in Adventures in Babysitting?
Yeah, he was ripped.
He was like body transformation and everything. It was insane.
Dude, I totally
It's like
forgot.
Christian Bale levels.
I totally forgot about that in Adventures in
He went
Babysitting.
from fat fucking slob to ripped, or from ripped to fat fucking slob. I don't know which order it was in. Either way, it was impressive.
Yeah, so he Hi, Phil. I'm a big fan of your work on the podcast.
Well, there was a time where Phil wasn't a bitch, and he would call in every now and then. But that's that day's over, I guess.
Don't encourage him, Justin.
Yeah, contributor Phil. That's what we all.
So
I had a nickname for him. It was Filthy Phil. Remember?
Filthy. Yeah. He did the train story.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Oh, dude.
On a plane with train.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I told Neil that
DHP.
story.
Yep,
Neil,
that's him.
I told Neil that story, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's fantastic." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
It was.
Yeah, I go, yeah. I mean, I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically along the lines of, he goes, that is like typical of what like some ego dick would do, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's good old Pat.
all these ladies on here want to hear me serenade.
You want to hear me sing? Come on. Yeah.
I'm Monahan.
Not
Don't
till you
know
guys
who I
cheer and
am?
clap for me first. Boo.
Give it up for Jackson Heights' own. Sliding rods into y'all dick hole is living.
No.
No, it's not,
No.
in my opinion.
But you put a G on the end, it's living, Livin.
Yeah.
Little apostrophe
Like
there.
McConaughey.
See,
Hey.
See, I opted, though, for one bad look for another. I either can look like a 53-year-old fat guy or a 33-year-old fat guy. So I went with 33.
I obviously went with the 53.
Yeah.
Or 63.
See, all the gray I had in that hair and the beard. And
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at now. I haven't cut my hair, and I'm just going to...
You look like all the other hipsters around here.
Yeah.
Al, you look like a big old Jew over there.
I'm just not even going to bother with... I'm just going to let it grow.
He said, I'm white.
I'm white.
53-year-old lesbian. I'm going to the new the Melissa Etheridge concert.
My wife told... Oh.
She wouldn't like it, no. No one's wife likes it.
I mean... Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what my mom said I looked like? She said I looked like a penis when I...
Dude,
When I walked.
the quote from your mom about the circus people the other day killed me.
What?
Yeah, we were watching that. She watches all that TLC stuff, all that like. You got the 600-pound life, you got all
Right.
that, but then she watches the E stuff too, and the Grizzly family or Chrisley family.
Chrisley's, yeah.
And they were there was like carnies, like circus people, like doing juggling and shit, and for some reason I don't know, one of their stage bits where they're mom was going to learn how to juggle, or whatever. And anyways, there's a bunch of carnies there, gymnasts and shit. She goes, I don't like circus people. I'm afraid they're going to just start having sex or something.
Like just spontaneous sex.
Yeah, they're just gonna start banging each other right there. I'm tired of this juggling shit's boring.
Let's bang.
Yeah, it's quite. We were talking about train on a plane. That leads to their next topic, though. The flight simulator for Microsoft. I was under the impression that it was going to be on the console.
Oh yeah, it's not.
It's not. It's only for the fucking PC guys, and you got to have a nice PC to run it.
Yeah.
And the One X probably can't even run it, so I have to wait. I went from kind of wanting to play it to really wanting to play it. Now I have to play it, and I can't. Because I'm not getting a PC, and I got to wait till the Series X comes out to play it.
I can't.
So my PC,
I want to fly to Morgan's house and crash into it.
RAM wise and processor size, processor wise is fine. It's just I have an aftermarket graphics card, but it's one I got from somebody else, and it's not quite powerful enough to run that game.
But this Microsoft flight simulator, people are flying over their own neighborhoods. It's based off of Bing Maps. So it's like maps everything, and they say as long as you don't get too close to the ground, it looks real.
Yeah. It looked great what we watched. The guy flying over the Himalayas.
So you basically saying that you wanted to fly over to Morgan's and crash into his house. That's not an act of terrorism.
Yeah, it's not if it's not real.
Okay,
but
it's a simulator, so okay.
But I'm gonna I want to fly out of Metro Detroit, fly to Vegas, and then I want to start trouble at his airport because he works for security there.
Yeah,
I have a GTX 950 that I got from somebody else. It's better than the one that was on there, the one that's on board. But when the new cards come out, I'm gonna try to get a 2080, put it an RTX 2080.
See, they try to market APUs, which is the processor has it built in.
Yeah,
but it cripples the ability.
It wasn't.
You got to have a separate GPU.
So
that's why I don't do PC, because it's a fucking it's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's muscle car. You're always adding, and it's not. It's more important than the gaming itself is the parts.
It looks like Justin's cheering on PC.
Yeah, he's part of the PC Masters.
I'm a sedan guy. I get a console. It's a sedan. It's ready to go. It's just already there.
See, I have RAM. I have 32 gigs of RAM, and I got it's a 9th gen i7. So it's last year's model, but still it runs. Why wouldn't I get a 2080? What do you want me to get? This is going to be a slow conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Because the 30-second delay. Well, wait, 30-second delay. Phil, why would It's like getting a goddamn turbo on a Geo Metro. Yeah. Oh, okay, his processor isn't beefy enough in your opinion? So here's what I'm doing. I'm just going to buy a Series X for probably $400 or $500, and I'll be able to play anything I want.
No, it makes more sense to pay $800 for the graphics card.
Yeah. And then you can run a Mac, which isn't going to be compatible with anything for Xbox. So I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Whatever. So Phil's a Judas. He's on PS4 anyway.
Yeah.
So his opinion doesn't really mean a whole lot to me.
No.
Since he backstabbed all of us. Yeah, the PS5 that's going to be inefficient and run like shit. Go ahead and play on your second-tier console.
I don't want to knock either one because I don't see what the difference is between the two fucking things. They're like
23%. 23%. Phil, the funny thing is I'm shitting on Phil. I guarantee you he'll have both.
Probably.
He always buys both, and then he'll buy a PC. He'll have both, and then he'll buy whatever Switch comes out. That's what he'll do. He sent pics on the Facebook Messenger. Go to Brian. Okay.
I don't see it yet, but it's fine. I'll check it out later.
Then Hojiro was trying to get me into the Sea of Thieves, and I played it. I actually did like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't take getting beat up by people. Like you try to go from one point, and then just at first I kept getting a bunch of messages. Hey, join and play with us. Some random kids. Join us. Join our. Hey. And I'm like, no, I'm ignoring them. So I'm trying to get to this island and get missions done.
Yeah.
Then they got mad because I wouldn't join them. Then they beat the fuck out of me.
It's like those roving gangs in GTA 5, right?
So, okay, you're not going to join up with us? Okay, I'm going to kill you.
It's those damn kids.
Old man, we're going to... take you out.
I thought that was a
kids.
joke. People talked about they were like if you were playing GTA Online and stuff, there was like legit gangs of people that were teaming up. They were just there all the time, and they would just basically rob all the noobs that came in. I'm like, that's a joke. And then you go, no, that's fucking real shit. They were robbing people.
Yeah, I got jumped by the dead presidents. They were dressed up like the guys from
Dead Presidents?
No, not dead presidents. The ex-presidents from Point Break.
Oh, okay.
They were dressed like they had the black suits and everything.
Yeah.
And they came out of a van. I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. This is an honor to be killed by these guys.
I thought you were talking about the movie.
No, not the black guys.
The black guys were the black face paint with the black eyes and
Yeah.
from the mid '90s.
The ex-president. They were dressed like the Point Break gang.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they all had the black suits. There was 4 or 5 of them, and they came out of the van and kept beating the shit out of me.
That is
Backstab like not playing World War Z. Yeah, I may have done you wrong, Phil.
He's never gonna let you live it down. It's been like a year now, man. Been like a year.
Yeah, it's over, man. But yeah, so anyways, Flight Simulator, real quick in closing. I really want to play it, and I can't because I just like the idea of just flying from any airport to anywhere, and then you don't have to have a bunch of hard drive. It's streamed, so let's say I decide to fly from Singapore.
Yeah.
Well, then it streams all that info from Bing. So now you're in Singapore.
You showed us the guy trying to fly over like K2 and Everest and a couple other mountains in the Himalayas and stuff.
Himalaya.
The Himalayas.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful. I mean,
fucking awesome.
You could tell that maybe he had a more top end computer.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He had like the sticks and stuff. He was actually using like pilot sticks, but it was awesome looking. And I'm glad that what surprised me is that somebody still uses Bing. I didn't realize Bing was still a thing.
Well,
I know it's a Microsoft thing.
They're not going to use Google Maps or anything or Google Earth because it's Microsoft.
Yeah,
but it would be better. But the funny thing is, I see people playing it online and then they're using Google with it.
Oh yeah,
it's like to play it. Right.
I've seen that too. It's weird.
Yeah.
But speaking of like you said, Microsoft, Internet Explorer's dead.
Yeah, I'm real sad that fucking bundle of viruses,
which
is gone.
Which is kind of misleading. Like, oh no, we're totally killing off Internet Explorer. It's like, yeah, because now that they have their new thing, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer's not around because you're using our new shit.
That's the one thing that's what just went on my computer. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, you have Edge now.
Yeah, it's an automatic update.
I remember Microsoft. If you use Internet Explorer at my work, you would get fucking yelled at because of the viruses.
Yeah,
like, get off it, get off! They'd be running over.
Yeah, where I sit at work, where I am at work, is like 2 doors down from IT, and I'm always talking to those guys, and it's insane. They have Internet Explorer on the computer still because they kind of have to because they're all, PCs, but like Chrome is on everyone too. It's like you're using Chrome, don't use anything else.
Yeah.
God, I hate Internet Explorer so much.
Yeah, Internet Explorer was. I don't know. It had more fucking viruses than a Wuhan lab.
Well, I mean,
that shit.
There is a big group of people that still use Internet Explorer and stuff on a regular basis. They're called senior citizens. They use it all the time. My parents use it all the time. I'm like, no, there's Chrome right on your computer. I put it there. Like, yep, Internet Explorer.
Oh, so is that why everybody went to Chrome? I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's slow and viruses and
that's
Al, your Windows 95 laptop is probably probably loaded with viruses.
It's probably at least Millennium Edition.
Yeah,
Millennium ME.
It used to, it used to like every time I turn it on, it would pop up. It'd be like, you need to scan for. There's like 6,000 fucking virus. I'm like, why is it all? I mean, there's nothing on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, I only use it for like 3 things.
Is he the train of browsers? Yeah.
Oh, I get it because train sucks.
No one can convince me, though. I will say one thing about Windows, as much as they aggravate me. Windows XP was the greatest operating system of all time. XP, it had like inboard, you could record any sound off your computer. You could rip, steal. That's why they put an end to it. You could steal shit. You could pirate shit. It was great. And you'd have good pirated everything.
Yeah, there's I have machines at work still. They're old, but they're Windows compatible, and they have Windows XP, and we can still we can do a ton of stuff like boot programs to them and everything, which a lot of the older systems nothing's formatted to it nowadays. So it's
Did Justin send you the pictures or just me?
I think just you.
Justin, if you're listening, are you still listening, Justin?
Justin, if you're listening, send them to me or
No, I got them. I just want to point something out. How many people are gaming at a time?
That's what I thought. It looked like there's
he's got like 5 stations there.
He's got multi monitors, I bet.
No. There's 8 monitors on this desk across this whole row of desks. Is this work or is this your house? What's going on here?
That's his lab.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. It's awesome, though. I'm jealous. Is that the box on the ground? Is that the actual computer on the ground? Mm-hmm. But either way, that's awesome. That's what I need.
Here, maybe one day I'll show you guys my gaming setup, all the shit I have. Or you can just look right there. That's my gaming setup. That's it.
Did you spend less than $2,000 on that?
Right. Yeah. Wife, 2 stepdaughters, my daughter, and me. Huh.
Wow. So he's got a computer for everybody.
Yeah. Now I'll admit that I overpaid for the 1X because now the price dropped like a year after they're out.
Yeah.
I paid $500 for that motherfucker. I'm probably not even going to have to pay $500 for the Series X, which is going to be like 4 times stronger than it.
Do you have LED lights inside your computers, Justin?
Yeah.
Is it mine does? Mine's got LED lights that I can change.
Is it liquid cooled? Oh, liquid.
Which to me just made no sense. When I first heard that people had liquid cooled computers, I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me because water and computers don't go together.
Yeah.
And then I looked into it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, nitrogen. You use nitrogen. Liquid cooled.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it has LED lights, right? You got the LED inside of it?
Yeah. It has a radiator like a car.
I've seen some of those. It's insane what the people get for their computers.
Yeah, do you have a bunch of undesirables and gypsies standing in there cooling it off? Like the Titanic.
Yeah. Oh, Titanic. That was a movie that I saw once.
See, we've been locked in at 2 viewers for a while. As soon as we get a third, I'm like, all right, welcome to Aryan Chat. Just see what happens.
Yeah, because it's 3. I mean, like for the third, right? No, just kidding. Oh,
we don't like.
It's the power of 3.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
You were talking about Sea of Thieves, real quick. Back to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never even looked at it or played it. I know what it is, but I remember Sean Astin doing the commercials for it. It's pirates, right?
It's pirates. It has a cartoony look. It doesn't have like a awesome graphical look.
It's not like photorealistic.
Yeah,
it's cartoons.
Yeah, it's intentionally cartoony. It is a lot of fun. I like it. I like allocating and getting resources, but like I said though, you have to go on a live server and get the shit beat out of you to get the stuff.
Yeah, I don't like being beat.
Like I said, the kids are like little bullies. They're like, hey. They try to be nice and have you join, but like, I don't want to be a part of your gang, kid. And then all of a sudden, here come the cannonballs.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of your fault. You know the rule. If you're not with us, you're against us. So
yeah, getting terrorized by squeakers.
Hey man, join our gang.
Couture. I can't remember how that voice crack went. So.
Randy, the
Couture.
Hey Phil, have you heard that one before?
Of course I have.
So Phil, you're a drop.
Phil, you are a drop.
Phil, have you ever sucked a man's dick?
Of course I have.
See? That's how it works.
That's great.
Yeah. And I'm going to get it for that one, trust me.
And probably
At some point, he'll get. Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. Sea of Thieves is. It's fun. I'll probably play it, but I'm gonna continually get beat up.
By the roving gangs of damn kids,
children.
It's on Game Pass still, right?
It is.
Yeah, I thought so.
Anything that's a good thing
that's
about
an
Game
exclusive.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything that Xbox Studios makes, like Flight Simulator, which I can't play yet.
Yeah.
I'll get to play. Al, we're done alienating you. We're going to talk about something that's your wheelhouse.
Oh, okay.
In a couple years, I am going to do an 80s cruise.
And I'm going to be ready.
And when the COVID is finally gone.
I won't be on parole anymore.
And you won't be on parole.
Probation.
And if I survive my heart attack, we'll go.
Yes.
We're going to go. Because I want to take my shot at Samantha Fox.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Mike's tossing little shots. Yeah, I know. I had to take a shot.
Samantha Fox still looking, well, foxy?
Probably.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's more.
It's the point.
It's the point. The whole.
Look at me. Mm-hmm. I can't judge on. Look at this. The human thumb here. I can't be picky about what she looks like. This is about young me getting a shot.
All right. Yeah. Flat out. If we go on a, she's looking good.
She looks okay.
If we're on an 80s cruise and you bang Samantha Fox, does not matter. You've won.
I've won. Yep. See,
it's bragging rights.
I have something I can offer her. Like I've been wanting to. Like I said this joke already this week. I've been wanting to play with them titties since the Playboy days, right?
Yeah.
So, in return, she can play with my titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
It's mutually beneficial.
It's very. Yes.
Amanda says she's down. Okay, we're going on the 80s cruise. In a couple years, we're gonna go.
Okay, so like I only heard parts of that out of context, and you were talking about playing with titties and titty playing, and like you said, Amanda's down.
Amanda's down too. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't mean that.
I was like, I'd do a double take.
I just noticed.
That's not right.
Yeah, that's yeah. I feel like starting another family fight. Hey, guess what?
Ew. What did he say?
But yeah, we'll go, Amanda. Me, you, Al, Craig. And whoever else doesn't mind if we get stuck on a boat with
COVID cruises.
COVID. Yeah, everyone, something bad will happen. We'll get capsized.
So I really wonder if she's done one of those cruises recently, and what the lineup was for that cruise.
I don't know if she did one. I think a few years ago. I watched the lineup for just before like the 2020. A bunch of them happened right before COVID, like February, March.
Yeah.
And it was like Rick Springfield was on there.
We could talk to him about how we used to.
Yeah, because there was
London Beat. I've been thinking about you.
Because there was there was like the death metal one, then there was like the 80s metal,
80s hair,
and then there was the other 80s, with all just the pop and that's when we kind of we kept talking more about like there'd be more women at, and
yeah.
There probably won't be women at anything we do. But there's more chance of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And what's your major?
He's still quoting.
He's still quoting Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Phil, you like cock?
Of course I have.
That
didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah. You like cock sucking? No. Have you ever sucked a cock?
Of course I have.
There. So that's how I do it. That's your voice, Phil, admitting it fully. I have the proof right there. Can't deny it. So we're I don't know. I think we can do the cruise.
Yeah.
Not this year, but next year.
It was the 2022.
2022.
It'll be my journey back into the real world.
Yeah.
I'll be 40. I'll be 33.
I'll be 49.
The sad thing is, we will be among the younger people on it, probably.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at a lot of 50-somethings.
That'll be my thing. That'll be my shtick. When we go and meet women, I'll be like, I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
I really need to get it before.
Yeah. Like, have you just go up to everyone? Have you seen Samantha Fox?
Yeah. We're looking for Samantha Fox.
Oh, you guys didn't hear? She canceled. She's not here.
Yeah, the one who still doesn't look a day over 30 is the Bangles singer, Susanna.
Oh, Susanna Hoff.
Yeah, she doesn't look.
Yeah.
Phil goes to 2021. Phil goes back to Michigan.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why?
Yeah,
There's no
like-
reason to ever come here.
Susanna Hoff's like she like when they split up, like she went out like straight up had the family and stayed home and like just took care
As
of
she
herself.
should.
So yeah,
She's doing all the right things. You look good for the husband. You raise the kid. We know.
Yeah.
We know the
cooking, cleaning, birthing babies. Yep,
we do it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the guy that made quite a few movies that she married. Can't think of his name, but he did like Meet the Fockers and that whole thing.
Oh, I didn't even
Meet
know
the Parents and
Wow.
that guy. She married that dude. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Robert De Niro. Yeah.
It's basically well, I'm sure it's somebody I hate.
She's a vampire. That's right, Justin.
I'm sure it's somebody I hate because they're married to
Oh, Jay Roach.
whoever that is.
Titty fuck. Duh. That's right.
Jay Roach has made movies. You want to hear some? I think he made the Austin Powers movies. Yes. Meet the Parents. Yeah, he made a lot of movies.
Yeah, I
Dinner
think.
for Schmucks.
Yeah, she. I don't know if she's a vampire, but
Damn, she's been married to him forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
they've been
that's
together
it?
forever, man.
That's that dude.
That's that dude. Yeah.
Whoa.
So
He's
I will
kinda
make you a
creepy.
pact, Mike. Here's what we're going to do. Me and you are going to make a pact to lose a bunch of weight before the cruise. And then when we don't, when we don't, we can have gastric bypass surgery
Oh,
and
yeah,
then go on a cruise.
yeah. When we end up fatter than ever.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause-
Then
Well, I mean, everybody's doing it now, right?
So yeah, we were talking about that too before the show.
Yeah.
I know people that have got like I thought you had to be like in mortal danger to get like the gastric bypass surgery.
Yeah.
Then I met guys that were only like 300, a little fatter than me maybe and then I see them next time they look like Al. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you, Brandon? I got gastric bypass. I'm like, how did you qualify for that? I watched that 600-pound life show. Like, they're 600, and then they have to get down to 550
Yeah.
on their own to prove that they're willing to cut their food back. Then they get it. But
Yeah.
how do you do it? Like,
I was always, based on stuff I'd read and shows I'd seen,
I think it'd be at death's door.
you had to be able to lose at least 50% of your body mass. So if you were a 400-pounder and needed to get down to 200 or below, and still stay healthy, still the doctor's guidelines for a person. Like for me, they say you're supposed to be like 190 pounds. Fuck that.
No, I need my summer body getting the surgery.
But that's always thought.
Cut 30
only if you
pounds.
could lose 50% of your weight would you have gastric bypass. But I see people having it from they're like, oh, I'm going to lose 75 pounds. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Just lose what? Just go on a diet.
I guess that's pretty scary, though.
No,
when I
people,
see
there's people with
someone smaller than me gets it. Like, what's that saying about me? Jesus Christ.
well, we went to school with a guy, junior high and high school, named Tim. He
Yeah,
was,
Tim. He was one of the people.
well, yeah, but he was like 400 pounds.
Did he get up to 400?
He was huge, according to him. I don't know if he was actually, but he was huge.
When
And,
I saw him, he looked 320-ish.
he was really big, but
Yeah.
he had it, and he's.
Yeah, like that's not that big.
But he's not.
320,
He's
yeah,
now
come
just
on.
getting to the point where he. Well, yeah, but he's. I think he's slightly taller than me. So
He's about 6'2".
Yeah, so 320 wouldn't even been huge. I think he was bigger than that, according to his Facebook. But yeah, he had to do it, and he's just now getting back to where he can eat certain things, like he's allowed to eat like steak or I can't remember what it was or something.
Justin, you got up to 460. I think that would not taking shots at you. I thought that would qualify you for it. That's big enough.
Oh yeah, that would.
Morgan's up there too.
Yeah.
You'll have 6. Okay, so you're at 4. That's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really good. In 8 months.
At my absolute biggest, I was 298, and I was gasping for air if I got excited. Okay, like
At my biggest, I was sitting here on Mike's couch right now.
are you at your
No,
biggest?
I'm just
I'm,
joking.
I was gonna say I've seen you bigger than what you are now.
Well, I mean, since they're giving it to
Just a
everybody
few
now,
months.
I think I might get it.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, you can get down to 135.
Well, that way, like my ribs will show, and I can play them as like I can play them like the xylophone.
Well, you got to get the model gastric bypass.
Yeah,
where you
right.
take
Yeah.
your finger and
Yeah,
Yep, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Hey, that's pretty good, Justin. Lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was gonna make a joke about.
Yeah.
I wanted to actually do it.
I got to quit doubling up on maple butternut crunch and.
But no, that's
things
really
like
good.
that.
60 pounds in 8 months is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm 274, and my biggest I was 298.
Yeah.
I need to get, if I'm 240 or less, I feel fine.
Yeah.
But when I'm 250 and above, I get the swollen feet and the all kind of issues.
Yeah, I remember I hit like
because
I hit like 185 when I was living out in Utah, and I was drinking like what was I? I was up to about 4 or 5 30 packs of Coors Light a week.
Wow. So
damn, Al.
And I'm like, yeah. And then one day I get out.
You never
of the
got
shower.
fat drinking like that?
Yeah, I got up to 185 pounds. For me, that's huge.
You fat fuck.
If I got 185 pounds, my fucking doctor would fucking.
He'd retire.
Oh my God,
I've done it.
Yeah, but
I talked him. I saved him.
I'm somebody that usually sits right around 160.
Oh, I mean that is heavy for you. That's true,
but I was like 185 or 187 or something like that. But I came out of the shower one day and I like stretched, and my ex started laughing because I had like white lines on my tits,
like stretch marks
from sunburn.
Oh, yeah, because
it was summertime.
I got you. Yeah.
Oh, amateur hour here.
You
Yeah,
had 5 hot and spices today. You know how many hot and spices I've had in my life? 0, because you can't get them here.
what's
They're a McDonald's chicken sandwich.
The one on Callahan.
you can't get those here?
Oh, do they have them?
The one at Callahan, you can get them because I showed it.
I never go that
I took
one.
the picture and I showed them to Phil, and
You
I got two, I get 2 a week.
So what
at
do you
least.
get
They
here?
just have McChicken.
Really?
This one over here is
You know,
just
I
regular chicken.
haven't had McDonald's in
But
so long.
Phil,
but no, like out
Phil's so
there, I
damn
used
tall,
to-
he can never fill that shit out. He can't fill the frame.
I used to get the hot and spices all the time, man. I thought they had them here too. But that last time I had one was when I was in Utah, like almost 6 years ago.
So, yeah, talking about the weight loss, Mike, you're probably like me. The main reason for trying to lose the weight is
212, but there's 30 pounds of crank.
That's what I was going to say. The main reason to lose the weight is, to feel better about yourself because it makes your dick look bigger, right? That's the main reason to lose weight, right?
I need a lot more.
Well,
I need a lot more help than just losing weight.
It at least gives you the illusion for a little while. You feel like
No,
Yeah.
I figure if I get down to Alan's weight,
yeah.
my dick will look huge.
I don't know.
That's
what I'm
the key.
at now, but yeah. I'm probably.
Well, see, the thing is, I do. If you,
65.
There's no other reason to lose weight.
the fat pad there
Really?
gives me the
No.
appearance of a small cock, but if I didn't have the fat there, it's a normal cock.
Yeah, you need like a compression band you put
Yeah.
that your cock can stick through.
Yeah, preach it, pine. Yeah. Got to go in.
I mean, really, health, sure, I guess, but no, dick,
Preach it,
Dick.
fine.
dick optics. You wanna make sure-
Decoptics.
The Coptics.
I don't know if the thing, I've been in shape twice in my life where I got in really good shape.
Yeah,
And the only the main thing I liked about it is that you're not grotesque to the opposites.
yes.
And that all this, I just like a good guy. That's all bullshit. When I was in shape, it's fucking easy.
Yes.
When you're not in shape, it's hard. Okay.
I really like the thing where your knees don't ache constantly.
yeah.
That's all. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be confused
My
with a
knee.
dickopter.
Yeah.
The knee's not hurting. The ankle, like you said, the ankle's not swelling. That's all good stuff.
I like
too.
the whole thing of not being put in the friend zone.
Yeah.
I like that aspect of the way.
Yeah, but then
I like it. I like not always being nice.
Yeah. Oh, you're such a nice guy. You're
He's
like
so nice.
you're like a brother to me. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm out.
Like, I already got two. See ya. I already got 2 sisters. You bitch. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you're
I
like
don't
a
need
brother.
you.
You're like a brother to me.
Oh,
Oh, really?
God.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Okay. I want to be like the kind of brother from Alabama in the 30s. How about we try that?
Can I be like the brother from all the porn that's on now?
Yeah.
You know,
I'll be your brother if it's in the
I'll be
modern
your stepbrother.
Yeah.
No,
So sweet.
God,
Kiss
I'm
of-
not sweet.
Yeah.
The kiss of
yeah.
death.
tough.
That's sweet.
You're saying, yeah.
I got street
I'll
cred.
show you sweet. It's right between your legs.
You know how many people I've beaten the fuck out of, bitch?
I'm hardcore.
Yeah. I've beaten the shit out of so many tough guys,
So many tough
which
guys.
in turn makes me tough, and your pussy wet. Okay?
Whap.
Did that sound convincing?
You sound like Don the Pre trying to sell somebody.
I could fuck you.
That's like Casey Kasem right there.
I could give you 5 orgasms a day for a low price for a simple ad that you put in the paper.
Well, that's the other thing you got to watch out for. If you do have a significant other, and then you start getting in shape.
Oh yeah.
Is that they start?
That's like the ultimate sign of cheating.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not that you just want to. You're getting older and you're sick of being fat and your legs hurt and your body hurts. It's that you want to cheat. Yeah. Not my wife, and I mean that seriously. Not my wife, but I know other spouses and significant others that have been like that.
Well, since we're still on the, I know 2. I don't know them well, but 2 women. Frank knew them pretty well. That had they had the surgery and they went from like 400 to like 4 something to decent looking.
Yeah.
Both of them immediately started going to town on dicks.
Really?
Cheating on
not their spouses. Dicks.
Oh, I think I know one of them.
And you know the one.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah.
And there was another one too.
Okay.
And I was like, so you want your wife alive and you want her to feel good about herself, but
her husband was really cool too.
Do you want her to be pincushioned?
Yeah, like her husband. Like the one that I know, her husband was really cool too. So yeah.
So the best way you got to do it, you have to lose weight together, because then if you lose weight together, you're on Snapchat. We lost weight together.
Yeah, right,
and then you fuck each other and everything's cool.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do.
I want to stress this because I think my wife might be listening. If she's not, she will later. I'm not talking about you. I swear to God, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you being jealous of somebody losing weight. It's other people. I swear to God. Please don't hit me. Anyways.
Yeah, the thing is, I think I like food so much. It's like nature or God or whatever, however you want to put it, keeping me humble, because I'm kind of an arrogant jerk that thinks he's better than people somewhere in my heart. So if I were to actually in shape, I might be really difficult to be around. So it's protect everyone around me, my family and everything. Because if I was all like ripped and hot, I don't know that I would be nice. Well, I'd be like, you guys don't need to be on the show. The show was me.
It's just me.
It's just me. I just sit here with my shirt off. Listen, I can tell you kids how to better yourself.
All of a sudden, like the you start. There's no more pictures of us, and
it's just him.
It's just him,
and he's always
like
shirtless.
different poses.
There's wind. There's like fans and stuff.
This week we're gonna have Lisa come in the studio. I don't need you guys. Just turn into a total asshole. I don't need friends, okay? And neither do you, bitch. You're my.
You know what? What's a really good way to get in shape?
No.
I'll tell you right now. Don't use DoorDash.
Yeah. DoorDash, I'm going to get right back to 300, man.
Yeah.
I've been DoorDashing. I'm a DoorDashing fiend right now.
Honestly, when you said that, I was like, I didn't realize you were using DoorDash that much.
Well, it started because I don't trust my truck.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know when it's going to the fuel pump's going to act up, and I don't know. So I'm like, well, I'll just have them deliver. I mean, you're already paying too much when you eat out anyway.
Yeah.
What's the extra few bucks to have them bring it here?
Yeah.
Right.
Then it's just like, I don't want to go anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, pretty soon I'm going to have them, they're going to be an app that like, give me the food. I'm going to be like, one of them fucking like Eric Cartman, you know.
You're gonna be like you're gonna be like, for $6 extra, the DoorDash guy will feed you. That sounds like a deal.
Yeah. And it's just like have the guy come in. All right, Mr. Justice, tilt your head back, sir.
Do you need me to push your jaw to chew?
Yeah. Well, this stuff's really palatable. You can press it against the roof of your mouth and it'll go down.
Yeah.
But I seen a guy talking about that. Actually, it's on subject still. With fast food, it's actually
we don't care if we're on subject.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it still kind of fits in.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
This guy, he says the fast food, the reason it makes you so fucking fat, it's not really that much worse than cooking at home in terms of like it's actually reasonably. They fucking everything we eat is fortified in minerals nowadays. They just,
yeah.
So it's not that bad, but what it is with fast food is the palatability. He said you can take a Big Mac and you can not chew it and press it against the roof of your mouth, and you can swallow it.
Yeah, you don't have to chew.
Yeah.
You do not have to chew a Big Mac, and I tried it, and it worked.
Yeah, you can.
Not the whole thing, but one bite
at a time,
took a bite.
yeah.
You can fucking press a Big Mac against the roof of your mouth, and it'll go in the throat, into the stomach, no problem.
I'll tell you, like,
and that's why everyone's fucking fat.
I've like got up from like a drunken a drunken stupor and went to McDonald's and basically bought like a bunch of double cheeseburgers, and I don't even wow, did I even chew that thing? Nope.
Yep.
It's gone.
I've done it a lot.
I remember the guy's name is J.M. Blakely, and he's a power lifter. J.M. Blakely.
I'll look him up.
And he was talking about the diet. But yeah, it's the palatability more than it is the quality of the food.
Palatability.
Yeah,
It's palatability because eventually they're going to be putting your fat ass on a pallet to take you places, lifting you up with the fucking...
My goal is to get craned out of my house when I have a health problem, where they got to remove the roof to get you out with a crane.
They get so bad that some of those fat people can't even get cleaned right. They have like sores all over them because they can't turn them. It's horrible.
They got to surgically remove the remote from their back.
Yep.
I remember that guy.
I remember one time. This is the truth. They found a dead cat under. No, I'm just kidding.
Dead cat.
Well, I mean,
fell asleep on his cat.
I remember Jay telling me about watching that 600-pound Life or one of those, and the guy was like hosing his wife off on the backpack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get hosed like livestock, man.
Yeah, it's like fucking elephants at the circus.
The neighbor walked up like going, "Hey, Jim," or whatever the guy's name was. He's like, "Hey, Jim, oh my god." And Jay like played. This was like 5 years ago. Jay played that for me, and he just kept playing it, and we were laughing. We were laughing. So of course,
good.
Of course, he's got his kid watching it, and like laughing at all the same things.
Oh my god!
If you can't laugh at the less fortunate, who can you laugh at?
Yeah, right.
Less fortunate makes me think of a joke I read earlier, and it was our uncle posted it, or somebody posted in one of his groups. It's like, we're going to hell, by the way.
Yeah, I've been there already.
Why don't orphans play baseball?
Why?
Because they can't find their way home.
Oh, dude.
Because they're orphans.
See, but
Yeah.
I've
It's terrible.
I mean, dude, I think it was I was like 16 or 17, and me and our cousin Lori called a well-known lawyer's son, Billy Bust Eye. Then found out years later that he was blind.
Oh yeah.
So I've been prepared for hell for like 30 years already.
Well, if you didn't know, there's a difference.
You didn't know. I didn't.
But
know
we
at all,
didn't
though.
care. We kept calling him Billy Bust Eye.
Well, yeah, you don't stop once you start.
No,
You can't.
that's their nickname, no matter what from now on.
It's like there's a guy. He either owns or runs one of the alternative forums called Kiwi Farms. It's kind of like 4chan, but he's in a wheelchair, and they call him Hot Wheels.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Hot Wheels, and then there was a poster on that site. His name is Charlottesville Drift. It's like, oh, dude. It's like Charlottesville Drift. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Because isn't the Hot Wheels guy? Is he a midget?
He's got some form of dwarfism, and he's kind of got the hooks.
Yeah, he's messed.
You know what I
he's
mean?
messed up.
And then he's into.
We just like straight up went PC, right? On all of that. Midgets.
I'm sorry.
The whole.
To me, it sounds worse. If someone came up to me and said,
we just lost our Twitch feed, guys. I don't.
You're a little person. That sounds worse to me.
Yeah, it sounds like you're less
That's not
of
a
a person.
scientific term.
When all that first started, like when I first started hearing people say that, like my neighbor, I would still go with him to those like wrestling things, and they'd do the midget wrestling.
Yeah.
And those guys were like, "Don't call me that shit. I'm a fucking midget." You know.
Sweet.
Well, yeah, pro wrestling is it's almost like porn. Like you're playing into a stereotype.
Oh
of
yeah,
pro
yeah,
wrestling.
yeah.
Like the black guys are always from Harlem. The hillbillies are always
right.
got the fucking overall like, and the midgets are midgets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I would rather you call me the scientific term more than I would like. Just don't call me a little person. That sounds like that sounds like an insult.
Yeah. Well,
But
Hank,
make sure you get the right one. Like if you're a midget, call them a midget. If they're a dwarf, call them a dwarf.
or like
That's the thing I always
diploplasia
have
or
a problem. That's the problem I always have is I don't know which one people are.
Well, yeah, like the midget is like a dwarf is just like basically scaled down.
Yeah, dwarf would have a comparable head and neck.
Right.
Almost like my dad. My dad's almost a dwarf. He's 5'2",
Okay.
but all his proportions are normal.
Right.
So midgets have.
But if he were
like,
midgets are the deformed one, is what you're saying. They're all deformed.
Like years ago, me and Brian were at Harpo's, and we gave a midget a ride home, and he lived way out in like Bloomfield Hills. We didn't know.
Bloomfield, like, can you imagine the walk for him?
We didn't know, but like, somebody left him
take
there.
us an hour, him fucking 36 hours.
Legs are this big.
Somebody left him there, and we're like, he's like looking around. We're like, hey man, is everything all right? He goes, dude, my buddy's like left or something. And I'm like, well, you need a ride? And he's like, yeah, you give me a ride, I'll smoke a joint with you. And then I remember him just sitting in between us in my little Ford Ranger, and his feet didn't hang over the end of the seat, so I was easy to still shift the stick shift. And when he rolled, he had this big fat joint, but his hands were small, so the joint looked so goddamn giant.
It's like Little Women in porn.
Yeah. But dude, he was like that dude was like way cool, and he was filthy rich. His family was filthy rich. He lived out, and we went to so many shows with this dude afterward.
Yeah,
and then like we became friends with him. We went and did stuff with him all the time, and then he died.
Yeah.
He just like one day like.
They do have a lot of alternative health problems that come with that disorder.
We were calling, like I kept calling him. I'm like, man, I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't talked to him, and then finally, somebody answered his phone one day and said that he had passed away a few weeks prior.
Oh man,
I was so bummed because we missed the funeral and everything, but because he became like me and Bry's like buddy.
It sounds like you're covering. Yeah, I was friends with a midget. I can talk about him. He's friends with one.
I wish, man. I wish I had a picture. We had picture together at a couple different shows. He was like really into metal, and and he'd be like, "Hey, I got tickets for," and I seriously, I think he went and just bought tickets, like because we would never leave him at a show. I don't know if other people did that or not. Obviously, once they did. So
I'm glad he had some fun while he was with us.
Yeah,
at the shows.
Yeah.
His legs didn't even go.
Oh yeah, they didn't. His feet sat right at the end of the seat.
I forgot who.
And you've been in. You remember the Ranger?
Yeah,
just sat right at the end of the seat there.
I forgot who was talking about. Like, he's like, I couldn't have sex with a midget girl. I forgot who it was, but he's like when you turn her around and like moving the alligator around.
It's like the alligator roll.
Oh,
because of the arms. I remember like, me talking about people's looks. Yeah, I know, but but there was this one girl, a dude we knew. His wife was always trying to set people up with her friend.
Yeah,
she wasn't bad looking, but she had weirdly short arms for a person that didn't have. There was probably no medical diagnosis. She just had short arms.
Right,
like a T-Rex.
And
like a T-Rex?
And for some reason,
it was like a T-Rex.
Frank kept getting mad about it because they kind of honed in on him to date her more than any of us. And he was like, why do they always try to get me to? He goes, get with her every time she walks by. I'm thinking, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Dude, where's it? Oh my god! Oh my!
But she's like she wasn't awful looking or anything. But she had two things. The two things were the really short arms, and she had that stupid, like stereotypical, when someone does that Asian girl, like the bang
like straight
thing.
Bangs across.
She had that hairdo, but it was a white girl.
She had like the Bruce Dickinson.
Kind of, yeah.
She had like Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders.
Yeah, kind of like that, but like long.
Yeah,
almost like a mullet with it.
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of. I can't really describe it, but
I know
it was
exactly.
Wow, that sounds horrible.
But she was like, I don't know, man.
Wow, that sounds like horrible. I'm definitely like T-Rex with Bruce Dickinson bangs.
The thing about though, I'm probably someone's story is like, there's this guy that I was gonna suck him off, but he just fucking looked like Vince D'Onofrio in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, you know,
and I just couldn't
Private
get past
So-
it.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
Hello.
So we got go out with my friend who has a bowl cut mullet and T-Rex arms. Hey,
Yeah.
Frank was so
she
mad about
sounds
it.
hot, man.
Pretty good looking though, except
She's-
for
she's pretty
her
good looking.
T-Rex arms and Bruce Davison Dickinson
and her bowl cut
full cut mullet.
mullet.
Yeah, and that's a good way to find out where you actually are on your looks department. You think you're a little bit better than you are. They're like, they keep setting me up with these ugly people. They're like, oh wait, that means I'm ugly. Because they wouldn't do that if you weren't yourself. So it's like it hits you. Like, oh wait,
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's my category.
So
These
I worked with this guy for years, and I'm still friends with him. And he went out, like his buddies set him up on a date. His buddy and his buddy's wife set him up on a date.
Yeah.
And he meets the girl, and he's like, he goes, and he's really nice, and he's like, I don't know how to say this other than she is just like not at all, not attractive, not at all. And he goes out on the date, and he's nice to her, and apparently, like, he's just going to drop her off, and then she's like, so do you want me to blow you? And he's like, he goes, I hadn't had it in like 6 months. So I was like, yeah,
God.
yeah, sure. So he does, and then he doesn't call her again. Okay. Come to find out, she is like one of the heirs of Norton Salt.
Fuck.
She's like filthy, stinking
And
rich.
he never called her again.
Yeah, and he didn't find out till like, he goes, I didn't find out till like a year later who she was. And I'm like, would it have changed things? He goes, would have been really tough to. He goes, I would have had to really consider. You know?
Well, he's honest at least.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, I mean, we know there's women out there that do that.
Yeah.
Marry rich men.
Yeah.
Yeah, why can't you?
I'm like, so yeah. I mean, what you would have to like seriously think about. Okay.
Yeah. And plus, you don't want to wait that long and then when you find out and then try calling her. Because
Oh yeah, like hey,
remember me? She
remember
probably
me?
no. Well, we went on one date and then you
Yeah.
gagged on it, and
But-
I never called you.
So a situation like that, she'd be pretty salty about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And like if you called her and said, yeah, you remember, we went on a date and then you
Busted in your
then
mouth.
yeah, and then I
Yeah.
never called you. Then she might have went, yeah, that's like every date. Who knows? I mean, she was
Not
like
ringing a bell.
every first date with every guy.
This sounds like every Friday.
yeah. There was I remember. It's not about screwing anybody or anything.
Oh, I don't want to hear it then.
But it was about a wealthy person that I was around a lot, and I didn't know who they were. Kate had a friend. I forgot her name, but it was a friend and her husband. They were always around. I think her name was Marla, and the guy's name was Cy. And she's like, yeah, Marla and Cy are coming. They were even at Kate's wedding, okay?
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, they have something to do with, her dad has something to do with the Pistons or runs the palace or something. Like, oh, okay. I'm thinking like maybe some CEO or some guy. It was Bill Davidson's daughter.
What?
So Kate, for years, hung around Bill Davidson, billionaire owner of the Pistons.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay. What do you own? Some hockey teams.
He owned the Lightning.
He
at
owned
one
the
point.
Lightning.
Yeah,
he owned
and
the Shock. He owned
Yeah, his daughter hung around Kate and was at her wedding and everything. She didn't know sports, so she had no idea who they were.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like, and probably why they hung around Kate. Like, okay, she doesn't.
well, like he
Zero
started,
clue.
like he was a business owner before he owned sports teams. He owned like glass, right?
Yeah.
Davidson glass and
Because
stuff.
because my friend Dave,
And I hung around this girl 5-6 times. Had no idea she was a billionaire.
because
Wow.
my friend Dave like worked for that company at one point,
Okay.
like right out of high school, because he grew up out like Oakland County, and so he like right out of high school, but he met him,
Yeah.
but I mean, he was he was a personable type of guy. I mean, so
I remember earlier before the show we were talking about the Townsend, or was that during the show?
the Townsend, no, it was
was
just
before.
yeah.
So the Townsend Hotel in Birmingham, and I used to deliver to an architect that was right like around the corner from there. And I talked to him, and I was talking about I had to do some deliveries. He's like, "Oh yeah, when you go up that way, you can drive by Bill Davidson's house." I'm like, "Oh, does he live over there?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like this. He's like, "It's the perfect example of a modern American Tudorism or some shit like that." It's made up some architecture terms. I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what that is, but cool." He's like, "Yeah, it's over here." And I looked at it, and you drive by it, and it was a nice house, but it was like a quaint English countryside type house.
Yeah.
Blown up.
Yeah.
You know, it was like 7,000 square feet.
He wasn't late.
But they were getting ready to knock it down because he was building his huge mega mansion at that point. He was building it, and then when that was done, they were basically going to use part of the old house as a guest house, and the rest of it was gone.
Well, like when he built the palace,
Losser and Lone Pine.
It was all his own money that built that.
Yeah.
He didn't take any. He didn't take any money from it. I mean, I'm sure he got tax breaks to do.
I'm sure he did, yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably a little kickback of
But
some sort.
he spent all his own money to build that place.
Now it's gone, so whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They tore that down quick.
They did.
That's prime real estate.
That is prime real estate.
Yeah, right there under that landfill.
Yeah.
It's right behind it.
Yeah. But
people want because it's location.
It's location they want.
Yep.
Yep. Tom Gores made a mint. Well, Tom Gores has made a mint period off of this. He bought that team for what, $350 million?
I don't even remember what he paid for it, honestly.
He paid like $350 million for his Palace Sports Entertainment, which comes with Pine Knob.
Yeah.
And
DT.
Meadowbrook.
And the Palace.
Yeah.
But he
So all the entertainment of North Detroit.
It was basically like 2 years ago, just the team alone was worth $1 billion. I mean, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And they haven't even won. How are they worth $1 billion?
Yeah.
How are they worth that?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah, anyways, DoorDash.
Oh,
never went back to that.
Yeah.
I've never ordered from them, or Grubhub, or Postmates, which I didn't know was a food delivery service.
Well, do you have to have the app to?
You do.
Oh.
You have to have the app to order and then pay, and you have to have a credit card on file.
Yeah.
So you can just do it. You can tip them cash when they get here, but
yeah, I don't like apps.
Yeah, it's just. No, I mean I'm pretty lazy, so I'll order stuff online.
Yeah,
but most of the time, pizza obviously delivered to my house, whatever. But I feel weird ordering from the other places and paying somebody to come to my house because they're so close. We don't live far from any of those food places. I get it, being lazy, because I'm pretty lazy. But there's two of us in the house too, so one of us will go get it.
Yeah, basically, well, most of the time I take lunch to work, but the guys at work, I was just like, hey, who's going to get lunch? I'm buying whatever you want,
So yeah.
So, but it actually cost me a lot more that way.
It does.
Yeah.
Because then, everybody's like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It was me and two guys, and my El Charo bill was $70.
Yeah.
Holy
that's
crap.
The thing when people order food, they always give you these detailed things. When someone has to get me, say, hey, I'm going out to get some, I make sure to make it, because I'm not a picky eater, obviously.
Yeah.
But I make sure it's just really basic so the person doesn't have to deal with fucking...
Yeah.
I hate that when you get this, they one of everything and then have alterations on the order. It's like, Jesus
minus
Christ.
lettuce plus sour cream.
It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah,
it's not how when you order, people get you food, you get the basic.
Yeah, when
keep it simple.
When we ordered the El Charo that
Now, if you're
day,
sitting down, it's different at a restaurant. But
I told the guys, I go, whatever you guys want, just order, and
they did.
And they're like, yeah, well...
I was ordering a fuck. I'm going to get the...
Yeah, Joe's like, yeah, I ordered a nacho that we can all just kind of... I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, I didn't realize, the size of this,
Was it the nachos or the botana?
I don't know.
Because botana looks like a bunch of nachos with other stuff on it.
Yeah, it had tons of crap on it.
Yeah, it's probably botana.
But,
they're like $15.
Yeah, when I was done, she's like, yeah, your total 67, so I'm like, it is. Okay.
I'm never buying these motherfuckers food again.
Fuck you guys.
I didn't mind because I was like, we just that week we didn't have a boss all week, and those guys on the other shift, we'll call them the opposite shifters.
Yeah.
They were screwing off. They were leaving us screwed every night, and we just kept jamming. And I'm like, you know what? It's Friday. I'm going to buy you guys.
Yeah,
I told them
reward 'em.
Thursday. I go, hey guys, don't. And then that was right when I took over as supervisor officially.
Yeah.
I said, hey, you know, just
Sucking up to those guys, making them
I said,
think you're
just
great.
I go, you know what? Don't bring a lunch tomorrow. And of course, the one guy, Joe's like, yeah, I never bring a lunch. I go, yeah, I know. He's single. I'm pretty sure he just eats fast food every day.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Like for a while, it was like, you know, I'd see him with Burger King. I go, man, you eat a lot of Burger King. He goes, yeah, I get a lot of coupons in the mail.
That's true.
I'm like,
You get more Burger King coupons in the mail than anything.
And
it
I
seems
just
like.
went, all right. I didn't really know him that well yet, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool, all right, you know.
I can proudly say that I've never used a coupon in my life.
No.
I've never even tried it.
Why do you proudly say that?
Because it's annoying.
It is.
Is it?
Sitting there. Okay, 2 of these for.
Oh no!
It's just you hand them a coupon.
I just go, all right. Well, see, like I get this meal deal for that. There you go.
Yeah, they only let you use one coupon at a time.
I guess virtually, I in a roundabout way, I use them
One
because
coupon.
You're in a
per
reward or whatever.
transaction.
So you're talking about ordering food and it being really expensive. I remember ages ago, my first real job, they would order pizza every other week, basically. And we had a place down the street that was kind of like Buddy's or what's the other, Green Lantern, but it was Louis.
Yes.
Yeah, Louis.
It's my favorite pizza.
It's good pizza.
It's nice and
It's
cheap.
on DeQuinder.
It's super cheap.
Underrated, in my opinion.
It's
Very underrated.
It's better than Green Lantern.
Yes.
Yes.
It's probably better than Buddy's.
It's comparable.
But
I like both.
But he helped get Buddies where they are. Louis helped Buddy get to where they were. And then started his own place.
So again, my thing of comparable.
It's comparable.
Buddies,
correct, yes.
Buddies, Louis, both great pizzas. Little bit differences,
Slight.
but both very great pizza. Both.
So, and the boss would always pay for it. He'd pay for it out of petty cash and stuff, but, you know, he's paying for it. He's putting the money back afterwards. But his assistant would always be the one to order the stuff. Well, she wasn't there the one week. She was on vacation, so he had somebody else order it, and we got a bunch of pizzas from Louis. We would always get Louis every couple months, but we got it, and she wasn't expecting it. When she came back on Monday and looked at petty cash, and it was missing like $150 worth of pizza, she's like, what happened? Like, where'd the petty cash go? I'm like, oh, we got pizza. And she's like, what did you get? Gold-plated pizza? And I was like, that'd be really hard to eat. She didn't like that.
That'd be really hard. Yeah.
That'd be really
What are you
hard
gonna
to
be a
eat.
smart ass?
like
Gold-plated pizza?
Like you're not gonna laugh at
like
her stupid joke.
with a pizza, like I've bought like several places. I'm like, hey, I'll buy
Yeah.
with pizza, and I always just I'm like, all right, well, especially like with these guys, I bought pizza just a couple weeks ago. I said, all right, well, here's the deal. I know what I want on mine. And I tell them, and I'm like, do you guys want to eat that? And they're like, no. I'm like, then get your own.
Just get a small.
Yeah, get a small or a medium. If you can eat a medium, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's where I start out. Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you want to get, but whatever,
Yeah, especially
So-
if you guys run 12-hour, 13-hour shifts.
Brian's voice cracked.
No, didn't. I coughed. I didn't.
I love voice cracks.
Couture.
The natural couture.
I love voice cracks.
It's funny.
I got to get the Dragon Master one on here too.
You got it.
This man is 7'3".
That's a massive.
I love that voice crack. This man is 7'3".
Yeah, pizza though.
yeah.
It's gold plated.
Yeah.
It's gold. Yeah.
But like you were saying, it's like get a small, or if you can eat a medium.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, medium would make more sense because you guys were working like 13-hour shifts.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
get a medium and just
The
Praise.
thing is like pleasing people. It costs you money. I
Yeah.
seen some dude. He came into Hungry. I go to Hungry Howie's every weekend.
yeah.
Is this a black dude with dreads, and he had like 6 or 7 small pizzas.
Yeah.
And I know it was for his kids or whatever. And I'm like, dude. I looked at him like, everybody wanted their own shit, right? He's like, yep. He goes, he's just shaking his head like,
Yep.
he can't just, he just wants to like, dude, I just want to get a large pepperoni. He got all these fucking kids and women in his house. So he's, he's just sitting there looking dejected because he's got to spend $80 on when he could just get 2 larges.
Me and Bri, when we would watch Lions games, we'd always go over to his buddies and watch, and his buddy would be like, "Oh, let's go on pizza." And that dude was a big fat ass when it came to pizza. We would order, like, they'd go, "Oh yeah, we'll just get like 2 large pizzas." He'd walk right over and he'd take almost a whole large. So
when people take they take the half of it, put it on their plate.
And I'm like, and there'd be like 6 other people. And I'm like, screw that, man. We'd all get like 2 pieces each, and we all had to pitch in the same amount. We all be pitching like $7. And it always had to have a ton of crap on it. And Brian's like, you know what? I'm just gonna start ordering my own. I'm like, yep, me too. And then he would get his buddy, Vern, whatever, fat guy.
Yeah.
He would always get pissed when we'd order our own. Oh, why don't you share it? We're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Why don't you? We bought our own.
We bought our own, you fucking hog. That's why.
Yeah.
Well,
but he was always a dick like that. He would always try to get people to pay for almost everything,
Yeah.
Or the worst was like I'd buy like a round of shots for everybody, and then he'd go and buy drinks for everybody at the bar. But he would buy everybody just a beer, and he wouldn't get your beer. Everybody got a Bud Light.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't drink that. Oh, you should be thankful I'm buying you. I'm like, no, I just bought $6 shots. What are you talking about?
Vern sounds like a great guy.
Oh yeah. Me and him always never liked each other.
Good.
Yeah,
because I used to call him out, even though he was like 6'5" and 300 pounds. I
remember. Yeah, Vern was a big ass dude.
Yeah, and I'd always call him out when he went with his bullshit, and he hated it.
Yeah,
he's listening right now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I remember the one time I thought
down the street.
there was a big ass. I mean, when me and you worked at that gas station, doing tire repairs, there was this big ass dude that was pissed off and was accusing our mechanic of fucking him over, doing something. And you started arguing with the guy, and I'm thinking, Al, shut up. This dude's big. And Al, and he goes, I'll fuck you up, this and that. And Al's like, don't look at me like that, motherfucker. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, this is one of these big, crazy, like South Warren dudes, that's probably been in 100 fights that day. Like he's just one of them people, and he's huge. This guy's like 6'4" or 5, and Al wouldn't quit. Every time he said something, Al said something back. I'm like thinking, it's like, Al, I'm not gonna be able to save you if this fucking guy goes off, But Al's like, you ain't doing shit to me, motherfucker. And Al's just talking all tough. I'm like, oh my goodness. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That dude wanted to. I thought he was going to kill you.
I forgot all about that.
I don't know if you you read psychology books and you knew that he wouldn't do something, or you just didn't care. But you kept mouthing off. I'm like, oh my god, dude, he's going to kill him.
It's dead.
He going to kill Al.
He eventually just
he left.
He just left.
Yeah, I thought well, the thing was, he was one of those guys that you could tell because he was big, he was used to getting his way by getting mad.
Yeah.
And like, oh, sure.
And I wasn't letting him get his way by getting mad.
Sure, we'll do all your repairs and everything for free. He was trying to scam or whatever. Yeah. And you picked it. But Al, wasn't polite at all. I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah. Right back. I was like, oh, dude. I remember how it started. He looked at you, and he was doing that crazy look like this. He's like looking at,
and I said, "Don't look at me."
And it started because you said, "Don't look at me like that," and that's the whole thing started, exploded.
Yep.
I was like,
"Yep."
And then he had the best is you kept insulting his friend because he had a little friend like 5'4", and Al goes, and he said something. Al goes, you better shut up, you little weasel ass. So Al called the little guy a weasel ass. I was like.
Yeah, it was like his little toady, man.
Yeah, it was like a little minion.
Yeah, right.
You're like, you little weasel ass.
I forgot. It's funny because I just remembered like us working together there a while back. Not that long ago, I was thinking about like we were listening to I don't remember, Don Henley, Boys of Summer, and I was doing the 80s dance.
Yeah, we did the 80s.
Yeah, we were doing the 80s dance, cleaning the place up, leaving.
Yeah, you do the broomstick when you do spins and shit. Yeah, we
had a fun time working there.
It was a great time,
man.
Great. That place was anarchy.
Yeah,
because when the owners would leave, well, I didn't get out. There was things went down in that place, and
it was the guy that was managing the place was supposedly the owner's best friend, and he was
embezzling.
Yeah, he had 2 sets of books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was bilking them. Yeah.
He was totally like embezzling. And I remember thinking that dude.
Yeah.
Like, what does he do? Why is he even here?
Oh yeah,
he didn't do anything in a given day.
When I started there, he had just come in to help because the owner had that like his 6th heart attack.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do anything. So it was just supposed to be a temporary thing. Then, but the guy's got like a minivan, kind of like the white one you had.
Yeah.
But it's like the rally style. All right.
Ooh.
So he uses a step up or whatever. Then all of a sudden he's got a triple black, brand spanking new Lincoln Town Car.
Oh.
Like 6 months later, and and he paid cash for it.
Yeah, something's not right there.
Yeah, you could tell that dude just had the.
He's managing a gas station.
Yeah.
He had the used car lot looking.
Oh
guy.
yeah, he was dressed
You
to
could
the
tell
nines.
he was a shyster.
He had the pompadour style, like he had like a big old Elvis hairdo. And,
Yeah, it looked like he
Grego.
Yeah, he didn't
His
quite
name
make like
his
the,
name was Greg, but he wanted people to call him Grego.
like the dime store mafia guy or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, he had like blacks. He had like the mafia style, but his name was not Italian at all. He just went with, yeah.
Yep.
But I remember that guy. You could tell he was crooked.
Oh yeah, and he was like always dressed to the nines, coming in this little gas station stuff. And he what was weird is he had his ex-wife come up there and like drop his kid off, and he was like, yeah, I'm still in love with her. Come to find out, all right, he had a liver transplant.
We're back. That was an unplanned intermission because of my internet to my house kicked us off everything. But we're back and we have internet. So maybe the reset we needed to... Well, we had to do intermission. When we do 3 hours, typically we do an intermission anyway, and that was just God forcing us to do it.
It was about right on time.
Yeah.
It was right where we needed to be anyway.
The Lord was like, the show's going really well. You guys need to take a break.
It was the earthquake 2020.
It probably was aftershocks.
Yes. Yeah. So those of you who are listening on podcasts, you never did lose us. But you people, they're live listeners.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean, you people?
What are you trying to say?
It was the aftershock, but not the cinnamon booze.
Oh God, aftershock.
So
That stuff was bad.
Pretty much.
yeah, that stuff was just a hangover.
It
waiting
was
to happen.
basically like the equivalent of what Fireball is now.
Yeah, it's the same
25
thing.
years ago.
Yeah, when I first tried Fireball, I was like, "This is just aftershock. There's no crystals in it."
I remember the first shot I did of Fireball, which was really one of the only ones I did. I only had it once or twice, but I did it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to cause lots of fights.
Yeah,
It did.
Yeah,
When that Fireball hits.
it's cheap cinnamon whiskey.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
cinnamon.
Ugh.
Tastes like shit.
Shit.
All right, so we're gonna do some unboxing.
All right.
Those of you who've been following us know that we keep getting random things sent to us via Amazon, random packages, things that don't make sense, things that I didn't order. Some of it's from friends, some of it's I think random, like allegory. I don't know how I'm getting it, but I am.
Yeah.
And so we're going to open up. We'll get 3 more packages, and we're each going to open one and see.
Yay.
It's package time. Yay.
Yeah, it's my favorite time.
Your kitty's sleeping on him.
Oh, yeah. It's packages. Yay. All right, hold on a second, and let's get them dispersed.
Yes. Distribute the packages.
Sorry, Cat. Come on, sweetheart.
Oh, he's more gentle than I would have been. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
This one out. Okay. So I guess have Brian go first.
Oh, I get to go first.
What did we get, Brian?
It's. Uh-oh. This is something in a bag. This is clothes.
Clothes.
Or. Man, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Is that like some kind of sex thing?
I
A
kinda
blow up
wanna-
doll?
Well, at first I thought it was, but now I don't quite know what this is. Let's see.
Kind of interested. Something I'm going to use tonight.
No, it's a corset.
Oh,
It-
perfect.
I was like, is it something sexual?
I think I can wear that.
This will hold the fat in, right?
It's very slimming.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's got a slim factor to it.
It's from something called eSIM.
So I can wear that Cybergoth.
It's a women waist
Holy
trainer corset.
This is like a lot of stuff.
Holy crap.
Oh, so we got a care package here on Al's thing, I think.
Corset. Of corset.
This is a Ziploc baggie full of something.
Did I get cocaine sent to me?
It's white powder.
White powder!
All of a sudden, a bunch of your friends show up. Hey,
Not white powder. White powder.
that looks like the Irish flag.
This is.
Oh, just different color bags.
Yes, it's bags.
Like,
man, is that, so are those bags there, bro?
That's crazy. They're all bags. All right. So.
bags.
Okay, medical orthotic insoles.
Oh.
That's actually probably
Diabetic socks, maybe?
No, they're actually inserts for your
they're
inside
like-
your shoes.
They're medical insoles.
If I keep getting DoorDash, I'll need them.
They're kind of nice. Yeah. Sorry, there we go.
Okay.
They're kind of nice. Oh wait, dude, a webcam.
Another one.
No.
It's a box.
Well,
that says-
one time you thought it was a cam and it was not.
This is a box that says webcam. It's pretty heavy. It's got a little plastic.
Oh, is it like a
Dude, I think this is like a straight up as a webcam. Or is it? Missing?
Better than the one I have?
Wow, it's like that's the whole deal there, right?
A little mini webcam?
It's like type that clips to the top of your.
Let me see, though. Some of those can actually be pretty... Hi, Danielle. How you doing? Your wife's watching, Brian.
Check
Hi.
the. There's a cord, and there's an everything in there.
It looks comparable to the one I
looks
have.
like, I want to look at these orthotic insoles.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
orthotic-y.
It's just some random...
All right, and then we got here. We got relax and enjoy the day with some Purex Pure. How do you? What the?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Do you guys need a webcam?
I don't.
Oh, it's a black wand massager.
All right, we'll keep it in the pile.
Yeah, just keep it in the pile.
Because it looks about the same as the one I have.
Oh, you know, I was supposed to ask you. Do you have stuff to solder with? Do you have like equipment?
I used to. I don't think I do anymore now.
Okay, I didn't know. Just Neil's got a solder this like one wire on his guitar, so it will quit going.
So we still don't know what that box even is.
This is a black massager.
Oh.
This is what it says. Black.
Does it go into my prostate?
Yeah, it's for that type of use.
Well, it says.
I just Googled it.
Relax and enjoy the day. It says black wand massager.
It's what you think it is.
It is.
No, it just says they sell it on Amazon, obviously.
This is all right. So we're gonna like really.
But it looks like a. Well, we'll wait till you.
See, the pocket pussy's already blown out.
Yeah.
Didn't take long.
Let's see here.
I already used that thing, so I got to move on to whatever this is.
Well, this is.
There's a USB.
Oh, so you can plug into your phone.
Apparently, I think that's what it looks like. It.
Oh, it's a microphone.
It's not a microphone.
It's not a microphone.
It's a pleasure toy.
This is a pleasure.
It's a deep, stress, relaxed massager.
It is a very smooth, soft material.
For rubbing the clit.
It is and then it's got a little. Oh, and this is like flexible. And,
Ooh.
Oh, it works. Oh yeah.
Can I see it?
Yep,
I just want to see for a second. Oh.
Yeah. And it works.
It works, everybody.
I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
You
guy.
guys know a lady that would like that?
I don't know any ladies.
All right, we'll just put it in the pile then.
You remember?
Put it in the pile. Then as we leave, I'll just take that with me.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to open.
Yeah, forgot you still had something open. This is probably the best thing.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's a blow-up doll, isn't it?
A bunch of face shields.
Oh.
So if you're really paranoid about COVID, face shield.
Face shields. Bags. And
Face shield.
Black Pleasure 2000.
You guys still that dildo in there?
Yeah, it's in there. It's underneath the...
I might use that later.
It works.
So as long as it works.
That was some high power vibrating.
All right. So it seemed to have the proper, stimulation to it.
Yeah.
So that's good. So maybe we'll play with that later. I will. Possibly.
Well,
It's like that pocket pussy was.
I don't have any lady friends anymore, really. So,
Yeah.
Because I gave up blowing them out. So,
Yeah.
Oh, your wife used the knife sharpener today. She said it worked great.
Yeah, it's the first time she used it. It was great.
Glad that was to be helpful to you.
She chopped some onions.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm looking at my own face on Twitter because of the Periscope has like built-in integration.
Oh, yeah.
God, I look terrible. Won't look at that no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
We're supposed to be nice, but like, no, you don't. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I'm not the most attractive guy.
Hey, 12 minutes ago, we were testing again.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
So
That's about the time that this came back on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. It was.
So is that shows up on Facebook? It says testing.
Yes, every single time on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So I have a etiquette question for you guys.
Sure.
We were talking about the food and people, or when you order food, they're getting whatever they want. This is kind of the same realm. So let's say you're having like a barbecue at work, like for your department. You're basically for lunch. Someone's cooking something for everybody. You bring stuff and everybody pitches in a little bit.
Right, like a potluck.
Like a potluck, but even more simpler. It's like basically just someone's bringing buns. Someone's got like the condiments.
Yep.
The boss pitches in and gets like hot dogs or hamburgers or even chicken breast.
Yeah, usually, like the boss will buy like some meat or whatever. And
so there's another department down the hall that what they'll do is they'll invite them over like, yeah, come on over and you guys can eat a little bit of the food. Now, me being me, if someone invites me and said, yeah, go ahead and have something, what I'll do is I'll take, like, if they're hamburgers or hot dogs, I'll take like a hamburger or a hot dog. And then maybe if they have like, we usually have little bags of chips. I would take something simple like that because I'm not part of their barbecue. They're just being nice.
right.
Yeah.
Because we have so few people in the building.
Yeah.
Take the minimum, so you still eat something, but you're not like taking a bunch of food. That's
Right.
just me.
Right.
That seems the right thing to do. We got guys who come down, and this guy took 2 hamburgers and a hot dog, half a plate of potato salad, 2 bags of chips, and then said, thanks, and walked out the door and took this food. And
Yeah.
our people hadn't even eaten yet.
Yeah.
And he's already down there
That's
taking food.
Yeah, that's a sort of
That's an asshole.
That's an asshole move.
Also, he's
No
about
doubt.
350 also, so.
Yeah, and
Well-
when they're fat, when they're big and fat like that, it's like it makes it even worse. Like you can't control yourself.
And the thing,
Even though I can't control myself either.
and that wasn't the thing that pissed me off. The thing was that he took fucking forever making his fucking plate. Get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, that's a dick move.
totally.
And yeah.
I can't like my dad subconsciously gets in my way when we eat because they live next door, so we eat together a lot. I get them food, they give me food, and I have to just sit down and wait for him to just because something about his brain puts off like, and he doesn't have any wherewithal like, so you stand over by the condiments or whatever, and I'm like, okay, he's doing that, I'll go do this, and then you're politely waiting for him, and he'll jump in front of you in the other area when he's done doing like it just gets straight. And you're like, Dad, come on, I moved over here to get away from you to get out of your.
Yeah, so you're just better off just going, all right, I'm going to let him do everything.
So I just literally sit in the living room until he's
Yeah.
completely gone. Then I go in. And even then it don't work. Sometimes he forgets something, comes back, jumps in my way, grabs something. It's just always in my way.
Instead of going, hey, Mike, can you grab that?
Yeah.
No, I'll reach right over you. And
Whatever. He's the patriarch or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. I just let him do what he wants.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like he's the kind of guy that eats before children, like get out of the way,
Yeah.
That's my dad.
I'm first.
There could be a 100-year-old person there, like barely clinging to life. He'll
Yeah.
"Hey, get out of the way, old man.
See, that's
Push him out of the way.
Danielle just said it. That's Donovan. Now, Donovan's not quite that bad. He doesn't like jump in front of people. He tries to stay out of your way when he's making a plate, and somebody else can make a plate. But he is so OCD and so slow. He could be the first one to start making his plate, and he's the last one to finish.
That's the other issue with my dad. He is slow.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And like me, I can do everything in seconds.
Yeah. I know what I want.
like,
I got a game plan when I walk in there.
Yeah.
He has to do everything like a certain way.
No, it's just that he just I'm trying to think of a scenario. Like if you're making a plate, like we had like hot dogs. We decided to make like conies or something at home. What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna grab a bun. If you're having 2, you're gonna have 2 buns, and you're gonna get those ready and get the hot dog and chili in it.
Yeah.
He'll be like, no, I'm gonna do this. Grab a bun, open it up, then start grabbing something else. It's like he has no attention span. It's like it's so slow. And then when he puts chili on a coney, it's like it has to be perfect. So it's so
Like
slow.
perfectly placed.
Yeah, and it has to be the right amount.
Oh, yeah, so he can't have it like messing over and stuff. It's gotta
He's
be
really
very
he's really particular about stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just
I'm actually like, that's kind of funny with chili dogs. I get the bun out, and I have to put my chili in before I put my hot dog on.
I will put a little bit in, and like the mustard and stuff on the bottom, then the dog on
She's
top.
like, tacos are the worst.
Taco night's the worst.
Yeah, because he's,
Oh my god, it's so
That's the
bad.
thing. Like
You make your burrito first.
I base my entire life around food. So like I said, like you said, I have a game plan. I go in, I know what I'm going to do before I do it.
taco, because we do tacos and burritos, so we're not having full size burritos, but like the smaller shells.
Sure.
You can make mini burritos.
In fact, I'm so conscious.
Burrito first.
I'm so conscious of people around me that sometimes I abstain from everything I want just to get the fuck out of people's way. And I'll eat and I'll come back to it.
You know what?
That's the way I am. I'll come back to the whole thing later.
I like
some people don't care. They just stand in your way.
When I started like entertaining people, when I had like my own place and I would have people come over or I'd cook a lot, I would just go and sit down afterward because I had already kind of tasted to make sure everything was fine, and I would just let everybody have at it. So that became kind of the way I worked after, even when I'd go to other people's places. They go, hey, yeah, everybody come on, and I would just wait. And I could be like the last person easily. I had no problem with it.
I usually am.
Typically I actually do wait for, because I eat so fast. I can be the last person to start and still be done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true too. Yeah.
I just always do it. It's the kids and the wife first, and then I'll make my plate.
Yeah, but let them get
out of the way first.
My dad would eat before people with like terminal illness. He just pushed them out of the way.
I don't want to make her mad, but when we go places like family functions on Danielle's dad's side and stuff, her dad is almost always the first one to eat, like everywhere we go. So he's kind of the same way. It's like, nope. As soon as like food's ready, he's like up there getting ready. I will wait for it to clear out, and then go in because I don't want to stand in a line. Yeah. So it's I don't know if it's just
that's the way I am too, because like this year they didn't do, like my first year at the shop at Christmas time, they had us like come in early because it was just the way the holiday fell. So I came in early and did lunch with them, and then they finished up and left the other shift, and then we worked. Well, so like anyway, so it's like buffet style.
Yeah,
and they keep coming up and they're like, "Oh, go up and get something." I'm like, "I will, but I'm not standing in line."
Yeah, I don't want
to.
And
they're like, "Oh, my boss like looking at," and I barely knew my boss at this time. I knew him about 5 or 6 weeks. I'm like, "Dude, I don't stand in lines." I'm like,
I'm anti-line.
I'm the guy who hates lines. I mean, that's why I'll own my own amusement park one day, and so I can ride all the rides. South Park reference, had to put one in.
No fast pass. Well, he actually said a South Park thing earlier too. So
mom's side because he's spoiled.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing with her dad's side. It was always the heads of the family would eat first. So Grandpa would eat first, and then her dad and stuff. So that's how it worked. But it was my mentality is like, first of all, I don't want anybody in my way. I hate lines, like I said.
Yeah.
But if I'm at home, it's like I want everybody else to eat first, and then I will go first. Make sure everybody else eats, and then I will go.
Right.
That's the way I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially like
that way. My food's the hottest, so when I get out,
if I'm
your food's cold, but mine's not.
If I'm preparing the food, then I already know that I've made plenty.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, because I know I'm going to eat again and again and again, and then when everybody's gone, I'm going to keep going, and the food's still with me.
That's
so you
true.
can do what you want ahead of me, because I'm going to fucking get carried away later and later.
Usually, yeah.
And I'll be alone, and then you'll be fucking just me. So I don't care.
Like I waited till I was like 44 years old to decide that I loved corn on the cob.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
usually
why.
You usually pick that up at like 6.
Yeah, I never would touch corn, because it was yellow and vegetable
you
or
get your
something.
kid teeth. Like,
yeah.
Yep.
But so of course, like I went through like the crazy phase, like where I was just like, I'd go over to Neil's like every day after work, and we would barbecue and drink, and I would stop at Randazzo's and buy like 6 ears of corn. He's like, "We're grilling corn again?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "You just discovered that?" I'm like, I didn't like it before, But here's the funny thing: when I barbecued for years, and it started because of like somebody. It was like my ex-wife's friend wanted corn on the grill, and I'm like, "Okay," and she goes, "Yeah, I think you just soak it." So, like, we had internet, but it was like,
stupid slow.
Yeah, it was like, late
Dial-up.
90s or whatever, or 2000 or whatever. But anyway, I looked up I'm like, oh, yeah, it just says to do this and then soak it. And so I made it, but I read this recipe, and it might have been Martha Stewart or something. So I did it this specific way.
Yeah.
And everybody who ate it was like, oh, my God, that's fantastic. So I started doing that when I would do the grill.
Okay.
I don't remember how I did it now, but, like, it became, like, this huge thing for, like, several years. Because, like, I did it even into the next girlfriend, you know, and,
Use the
like,
same
her
thing.
family. But now I can't remember what I did now.
But-
But it was something to do with the butter. It was something that I did with the butter afterward. Like, it was, yeah. It was somehow.
But even when you were making it that way, you weren't eating it?
No.
Huh.
But I was making it for everybody else.
Okay.
That's like I've made dishes and sautéed mushrooms for people for their steaks.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
will
man.
not put sautéed mushrooms on a
Telling
steak.
you.
I hate mushrooms.
I do too. If
So
Fucking
do I.
hate them.
I'm not a fan, but when they're sauteed with onions with steak, I love it.
It's
On
not. It's
pizza-
not the taste. It's the
It's the
sluggish
texture.
texture.
Which-
It's like I'm
which-
eating a fucking snail. or
Which I
something.
get on like pizza and shit because it's like fuck that shit. But when they're sauteed,
See,
it's
well now here's the thing with pizza. Like the ones that are like fresh, that are sliced and they get like kind of crisped up on top of it, don't bother me.
Yeah.
It's the jar ones or the canned ones that are all like the thick ones that they put
I know
on.
what you're talking about, yeah, like- yeah,
Ugh. Like in its like own juices or something. I don't know. It's
Juices.
ugh, it's raw.
its own filth.
Yeah, it's like I just did a pet. I just did a pet detective thing.
Yeah.
Was it Chicago?
Chicago,
Yeah. Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago used to live down the street from us.
Yeah. That girl was
Super nice. She
Friendly.
was so nice.
Super nice.
She was such a
Friendly.
nice girl.
she was a friendly person.
She's very friendly. She had a really nice personality.
She's a great friend.
But man, she looked like a great white bat.
Yeah, she was not. She wasn't the most gifted genetics
No.
She
in the
lived
world.
on our street, or
Yeah.
She lived next to the church, but across the street.
Well, the next family that lived there after the religious family moved out.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So,
So she was a very nice girl. I think I even drove her or gave a ride home from Warp Tour one year.
really?
Very nice.
And
Yeah. That's
Chicago, fresh shrooms and a cast iron. Gross, disgusting.
no. They're not good. I will not.
The only shrooms I liked are the magical ones.
Yeah.
They grow
magic.
on you. Don't believe me, like fungus.
Yeah.
No, but I do like shrooms now. I never used to.
Yeah, like I know. I went
Certain situations.
I went out with that girl one time, and she's like, "You're a mushroom." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You're a mushroom." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" After we went on our date, she's like, "A fun guy." I'm like,
Oh God.
Oh, last date ever with you.
Dad jokes.
That was the last date.
It was the last.
I never
date.
saw her again.
It was, but it was because I was cock blocked
Oh,
by
dick
one of
cocked.
the infamous cock blockers of all time.
We don't need to speak any names. We all know who it
Nope,
is.
you know who it is.
Oh yeah.
Dick cocking.
Dick cock.
Yeah.
Wild Bill Dick cock.
Yep.
Wild Bill Dick cock. Get blocked.
Yep.
It's not. Yeah. We.
Is it gonna be hot tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, and then hotter on Monday.
It's been the hottest fucking driest summer. This is like
Well, initially it was supposed to be like 70s all weekend because I was going to hold off on the grass.
When I checked last weekend, yeah, it said
Even on Tuesday it was saying it, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden they had like some jet stream thing, and then all that hot shit down south and
it,
out west like just started swirling this way, and I'm like, so that's why I cut the lawn on
yeah, we're
Thursday morning.
we're overdue for a brutal winter, and this has been a hot summer. Very hot.
It sounds like we're gonna get some La Nina action. It's gonna bring in some
Niña.
some more moisture and precipitation during the winter.
We shall see.
Como está usted?
Yes, that's what she said.
Yeah,
We shall see.
it will be very hot, sir.
I have not thought that it was that any hotter than any other, but I don't know.
It hasn't.
I'm going through the
drought.
change though.
It's dry.
I think that's what it is. I don't know if it's any hotter than it was last year. It's just we had more precipitation last year.
And we had so much that like the sea levels
Yeah.
rose. Sea levels meaning these large lakes. We live by.
Have you guys drove down like North River Road or anything along like the canals and stuff?
No.
Holy crap!
It's so much water.
Holy crap, man!
It's so high.
Oh my God! Like docks completely submerged or bare.
Could you imagine if we had normal rain this year? Jesus.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I don't remember where we drove, but we ended up where we were coming down Jefferson.
Oh yeah. Well, there's pumps everywhere on Jefferson. I mean,
And
it's finally getting a little better.
It was nothing in this when we drove through. There was nothing in the street, but the water along the lake. So when you drive near the yacht club and stuff, not the Grosse Pointe Yacht Club.
Yep.
It was really high, like the highest I've seen it in a long time.
Long time.
But I mean, up until probably I want to say sometime last month, I mean, you would see the pumps pumping out from people's backyards out into the street.
Yeah,
because it was just constant, and there'd be like they basically had like not road closed signs, but they would close off a lane on Jefferson.
Yep.
And they just had them sitting on the side, and they would just drag them out every so because they would just start filling up.
I mean, they still I saw them a lot, but
But now they're doing
further
construction. Now they're doing so they've got whole areas shut down for construction now. But yeah, they had to figure out how to pump all that out because they can't have it still seeping out into the street while they're trying to because they're basically
seeping
that whole area like of Harrison Township. They completely redid Jefferson.
Yeah,
before it turns into Shook, it's all going to be brand new.
We're good.
So they're ripping it all up. Yeah, it is good.
It's shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like the most jagged blacktop.
But I think the best thing in the world is that the triangle's getting fixed.
Yeah, the pink. Wait, what?
The triangle.
Which triangle?
Utica.
Oh, yeah, they're finally going to do that.
They ripped it all up.
Weren't they going to? Wasn't the whole idea to make it like a bar, like a bar district, like a party district?
But I'm talking about like on the by the church by Sacred Heart.
Oh yeah, I know they're tearing that down.
They ripped off, but they ripped up the whole street.
No, you know where the Utica Road is between Gratiot and Martin, where it angles by the credit union and by the church and stuff.
It's gone.
That was gone. They tore up the whole road.
All out.
That was the worst road.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no point in it ever being there.
It's still going to be there. There's just redoing it.
They completely. It was the worst driving, because that's where my credit union is. That's where my parents' credit union is. But
my mom's too.
When I started driving, so that was 31 years ago. It was horrible. It was at that point they were patching it.
Yep.
And so they just kept patching it.
That's all they ever do is patch.
Yep. And now it's going to be brand new.
It's going to be nice and smooth.
Finally.
But yeah, I like what they did with our downtown district.
I haven't driven down there in a while.
I like what they. I mean, they need to get rid of some. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, I'd say make it all like brothels and just get rid of the.
Yeah.
Just make all brothels and bars.
Do it.
I don't even
get rid of all the car lots. Move them.
I don't know why you need 6 car lots in a 1-block stretch.
That used to be like a hot shopping area back in 1926, probably.
A couple of those. I mean, I wasn't even driving yet when Gregory J's first opened right there.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't even driving yet. I mean, that has been there that long. I mean, he must be doing something right. They do get pretty nice looking trucks and stuff there, so. He must be doing something right because they have consistent. They weren't right there. They were down at one of the smaller ones, and they moved there. But they've been on Utica Road since I don't know. I was probably 14 or 15.
When the Tip Top burned down, and
oh man, it was a sad day.
Yeah.
I
never went in there as a drunk.
Our mailman was destroyed when that thing burned down.
I went in there to get a particular friend's dad out of there with said friend, because said friend didn't know how to drive a stick, but I did, and I was 14.
Well, there you go.
And I drove it.
Heck yeah.
He drove his truck out of there, and we got him out of the tip-top.
Tip-top bar.
Our mailman would go there for lunch every day.
Well, basically, it was like, Neil's dad, like all his construction buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like the construction workers bar, and then, the mailman.
The
That was
working man's bar.
Our mailman, who could do a wicked Donald Duck impression, would go there every day for lunch.
Yeah. It was for lunch.
No.
I mean,
on his lunch, I don't know if he was eating lunch.
Well, no, it was lunch. Whatever he ate made his face really red.
Yeah, it must have been hot peppers and stuff.
Yeah, stuff. Clearly.
He was eating like, jalapenos or ghost peppers or something. That's what it was.
He was eating vodka.
It caused the broken blood vessels in his face, his eyes.
Yeah. So we had an actual drought, and we've had a fireworks drought, but it was broke last night.
I haven't had any.
I haven't. We went about 10 days without a single firework, and then last night, this asshole over here.
Oh, your buddy.
He lit him off.
For all the complaining I did leading up to the 4th of July and a couple days afterwards, I've been lucky. I've only had like one or two times where people set them off since then in my neighborhood. I've been lucky.
Good for you.
I know you haven't, because Jay also talks about it all the time.
We got
too.
this other great holiday coming up.
Oh, it's going to happen. And I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, Labor Day.
Yep.
It's going to happen because, you know what? It's legal. They're allowed to on Labor Day. It's one of the holidays.
Yeah, you have to suck it up. And deal with it. But I don't want to every day leading up to Labor Day and then every day after.
You don't need to warm up.
And then another thing, too, about this neighborhood, look, it's sour grapes for sure, but I'm still pissed off. You see fucking kids just riding around on four-wheelers, mopeds, go-karts. I never got away with anything. If you went, the minute you left your park, like if I left my driveway with my mini bike, cops are like, you got to take that one. Now, everywhere you go, you see like fucking kids on scooters and shit. It's like it's Taipei, Taiwan or something. They're fucking everywhere.
Well, like Neil said over in his neighborhood, like he's like, it's
bedlam.
It's motorized everything. Dirt bikes too.
Yeah, dirt bikes.
He's like
four-wheelers.
He goes, they come riding by with four-wheelers or enduro bikes and stuff, and I'm like.
And the cops don't enforce anything anymore.
Yeah, and he gets all mad. He goes,
I want them in trouble.
I go, well, yeah, it sucks because we got in trouble for that stuff. But
yeah, it only sucks because I didn't get to do it.
Yeah.
I don't care what other people do, really.
Right.
But because I got in trouble, I want you in trouble. I want all you fucking fined and thrown in jail because I would have been had I been able to do that. So I want everyone in trouble. I want to be a hypocrite because that's what I do. Fuck you and your mini bike. I didn't get to do my mini bike.
No. You had to go
I went to the field.
And even then, you probably could have gotten in trouble because private property, you're going to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got away with it on the field. I never got stopped. But getting to the field, I was like, instead of pushing it, I'm like, I'm riding it to the field. I'm going to make it.
Also,
here he comes.
Why aren't you
can't be driving it on the street. If I see you out here, I'm like, fuck, Jesus. That's one good thing, though, about having...
And you were just like, SMD, pig.
Yeah. I guess there's one thing about crime going up. They don't have time to deal with little shit anymore.
There you go, yeah.
You get away with a little more.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that was funny, though, when they would come here every week, the code enforcer would be... You got to remove that timber on the ground. Like, it would fall. Like, the next day they'd be here. Your awning's messed up. It would be always some little thing. Finally, one time, I'm like, the guy next to me, like, cooks meth, right? And you're here bothering me for this? Like, I have drug dealers on my street, and you're bothering me. He's like, well, that ain't what I do. I said, I know, but you guys, maybe you ought to tend to other things before me, the city-wise. He just kind of shook his head.
Yeah, I remember, when I helped Neil build his fence, it was because they kept driving by and looking. He's got the wide-open yard.
Yeah.
And it was the back part of the fence that his dad did like 25 years before that just kept leaning farther and farther into the neighbor's yard. The whole fence, like posts and all, were just leaning back. And he's like, dude, any day now he's going to say something. And he just like didn't. And it went on for like months. And he would drive by and look at it really slow. And Neil would watch him every day. And then finally one day he's like, yeah, he got something. He come bring in something to him. He's like, yeah, you're going to have to like figure out how to fix that fence or put a new fence up. And he's like, yeah, I've already been trying to put the money together to do this. He goes, yeah, well, now you got, and then he hands him this thing and he's got like this many days to get it done.
Yeah.
He's like, you fucking asshole. You could have did this months ago.
Yeah. I remember in the winter, the shit fell down. A bunch of that weeping willow was always falling apart. And they came out like there was like a foot of snow. They're like, you got to get rid of this. I'm like, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
There's fucking snow back. How? I'm not Russian, dude. I can't come like.
Yeah.
And I got an extension to, a couple weeks, and I was able to do it. It's like the minute something happened, they were on me.
I remember they did it with my ex Sandra with the swimming pool in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Made her fill it in, and that was all because somebody heard her dog, who was deaf, going deaf and blind, like making a howling noise, and they looked over her fence and saw the pool just had the cover over it, and it was falling in, and then they made a complaint that she was like abusing her dog, and she had to go to court. And then they're like, okay, now the problem is this pool. Is it repairable? And she wanted to tell him, well, yeah, it was, and I actually got insurance money, but my drug addict ex-husband spent all the money.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get the pool fixed. So she had to fill it in.
We've had them come to our house once since we've been in this house. It was because when I still had the cop car, it was in the driveway because I wasn't driving anymore because we had 2 vans.
Yeah.
And he said, it's like, and we didn't have it in, I didn't get the tabs redone on it because her birthday just passed. I'm like, I'm not putting out the extra money for it, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to sell it. And he's like, you got to get rid of that thing. You got 10 days. I'm like, okay. And then it says right on there, calling if you need any more time. I called like the next morning and said, hey, I need more time. He called me back. He's like, you got an extra 30 days. Like, so I just went from having 10 days to having like 40 days because I give me 10.
Like when we were growing
and I sold
up,
it like 2 days later.
Remember we were growing up, man. We had like,
We had a sunbird in the backyard.
We had 5 cars. We had like cars all the way from the cement of the garage that didn't exist anymore, all the way down.
The fucking Sanford and Son setup.
We did. We had, and they never. I mean,
not that we know of.
No. They finally did, and that's when we got rid of. When we got rid of them, but I mean, they were there forever before. 2 years they were. We had the acid rain vehicle. That was the big Impala that would just had rust holes everywhere. That was my Uncle Butch's that we got from him. And then we had like the next car and the next car. We always had those though for a while. For several years we were like white trash family for sure.
Yeah, it was bad.
We'd have cars break down, we just push them up and buy Yep.
Yeah, it's...
And what killed me was I was like, I thought about that a while ago. I was like, why did we keep them?
I don't know. Why don't we just like
tell them to come get them? Like call,
Yeah, or junk them, or if somebody, hey, come get this.
Because a lot of places would not, like, there was a period, though, where a lot of places were like, yeah, well, we'll take it, but we're going to charge you, like, $25 or something. Now, shit, I mean, I was just talking about that because I've had one, we were talking about foreign cars, and I bought one foreign car.
Yeah.
It was a Honda, and I paid $25 for it. And I needed a car. And that was before I bought Rachel's grandma's car. So
okay.
I had to have a car, though. My car was dead. And I'd gotten rid of the Ranger. So I bought that car for $25. I put $80 worth of used tires on it, and I drove it for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I was telling Neil today I was talking about that because he was talking about like some Toyota truck or whatever. I go, I can't do it. I can't buy one. I can't do it. So I drove that thing to parts galore. Because I drove it in, they gave me $300
for a car you paid $25 for,
and I put $80 in tires and drove it for 2 years.
Heck yeah! Heck yeah, your gas mileage is probably insane.
Because it was because it ran. There's an engine in it, a trans in it, and it runs. That was it.
Damn.
$300. No,
That's a pretty good deal.
I was like, all right. I'm like, you guys don't even know. It's like, I mean, dude, it was one of the first Hondas, so it was carbureted. I'm like, man, this thing's got like I literally had something in there, like a paper clip doing something with the carb. No, well,
They didn't care. You drove it in.
Give me $300.
Yeah, Melfar Superstar. If you could get into his lot, he would give you money.
Yeah.
As long as if you pushed it
pull
in,
or tow.
yeah, you push it in, you get a certain
Melfar,
thing.
I'll get you a far better deal.
Yep.
And then my kids will put GPS on your cars and they'll stop them in the middle of the fucking road.
Yep. If you don't pay your bill.
If you don't pay your bill.
Yep.
That's right. You got in trouble for that.
Melfar Superstar.
Now, did he? I know his kids were pretty much running it by then. I didn't know if he ever got in trouble himself.
Somebody got in trouble for it.
His kids got in trouble. I didn't know if he did because I think he was like pretty much retired, and then he might have even passed away by the time.
Yeah,
he might have.
But like his kids owned it. I know when that happened, but I don't know if he got himself got in trouble too.
I don't know actually.
Yeah, but yeah, that was yeah. One of his kids played football for a hot minute.
Is it Mike?
Mike Farr.
Yeah, I think he
played for Lions.
Did he?
Yeah.
One of them played for Lions. One of his kids. Yeah, I don't remember him being very good.
No, because I think like I don't think he
they didn't have any talent, which they made an NFL roster. I guess they had some talent. But
hot minute.
Yeah, you have to be good to be picked, but to
the
next level,
they weren't a superstar like they're.
What were they really drafted or were they undrafted? You know,
I mean,
know. There's a lot of guys
idea.
now that like I think even Randy Moss's kid, he didn't get. They were talking about he could have gone like maybe second round. I think he went like ended up going in the 6th round or something like that this year.
Pro athletes, they're genetic freaks even within their own family.
Yeah, but there's a lot of these guys, a lot of these like good players that we watched growing up. Like their kids are like coming out of college. They're not getting. I don't know what it is, but you know they're definitely not as.
It's got to be their wife's fault.
Yeah,
they're making inferior kids.
Well, they're dating pretty. They're not dating functional. So like they're fucking. They're a famous athlete. They want a hot chick. They don't want another athletic person necessarily. They want hot.
You need to get an Olympic swimmer or something.
But I have another theory on this.
Mm-hmm.
My thought is, okay, these kids are probably think about like, all right, like Randy Moss and guys like that, you know, like Dion, all these guys that were like superstars. Like they came from nothing.
That's true.
Everything they did was about getting to that pro level and making money.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Their kids are spoiled.
Oh yeah, they're rich kids. Basically,
they're rich kids.
Yeah,
they did. I mean, they don't even like. I mean, they can. Well, I want to go to USC. Okay, well, I'm just going to pay for you to go, and then you can just try to be a walk-on.
Lori Loughlin says that is not how it goes.
No. Oh, damn!
2 months.
2 months.
5 months for her
2 months
husband.
and 2 year. Oh, he got 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 months, but she's also got 2 years of. I love how they don't call it probation. They called it 2 years of
advisement.
Probably something like that. Yeah,
it's something like it's something like that. I can't remember what they said. I'd like to find the word that they used.
And they tried to spin it to make it not seem as bad.
You know,
as
that's
it
the
is.
thing. When this whole thing was going on, you kept on hearing about her bribing people to get the kids in and doing all this, and she did it, but mostly with the younger daughter. Her husband, when I first heard it, I thought his involvement was kind of minimal as far as actually talking to the people and giving. Well, obviously, he gave them money because it's his money that he made from his, clothing and stuff. But he was like on the phone with these people all the time. And I didn't find out until like yesterday how involved he was with that shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing, Massimo?
No.
Remember when people used to wear Massimo stuff?
No.
No, I don't either.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Massimo Giannulli?
Massimo, yeah. Yeah,
He's Italian.
That's
I would have never guessed.
They're hitting some hardships though. You saw they had to downgrade their house. They had to sell their $18 million house and downgrade to a $9.5 million house.
Wow.
How are they going to live?
How,
and I swear
how
to
do
God,
you expect a human to live in
someone
such a
said
manner?
that the daughter was like freaking out. She doesn't know how she's going to survive in a smaller house like that. And I hope it was a joke, because otherwise I might have to fly to L.A. and punch her.
How do I survive in a shoebox such as this?
It's 11,000 square feet, this downgrade.
Yeah.
It's insane.
How do you live in a house where you can hear people on the other end of it?
Yeah, I want my own wing.
Yeah.
No one near me. Daddy.
You don't even need multiple Wi-Fi connections in the house.
Here's how it is.
Yeah.
It's 2 months in prison. She will also pay $150,000 fine, serve 100 hours of community service. 100 hours for this. I got 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And she will be under supervised release. That's what we call it now. I am not under a supervised release.
Probation.
I'm on probation. But I like to call it parole because I am now in the wild world of felons.
So you're little DUIs, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like,
get a little sleepy, the car gets a little crashy.
hey, man, Jay wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so he got 5 months, 250,000, 250 hours of community service, and 2 years of supervised release. Supervised release.
Yeah, they said that because they wouldn't take plea deals originally, that they were going to throw the book at them.
They did, yeah.
Well, and then they ended up taking plea deals at the end, so they didn't really throw the book at him.
Yeah.
The fucking prosecutor liar said he's like, no, if you don't take the plea deal now, you're never going to get it.
We're going to
Sorry.
bury you. And then they give him,
Bury you. And then they're like, no, all right.
Right.
In my rad group, they keep on just posting Lori Loughlin prison stories and memes and stuff. It's like, it's nonstop. I'm like, this isn't rad, guys.
Do you think she's going to look hot?
Do you believe in heaven
prison
above?
garb?
Do you believe in love?
I think she will look hot in prison garb.
She'd look hot in anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should like cut the sleeves off for her, so she looks cool.
Cool. The
Hardcore.
funny thing is, if she gets like community service, that can be anything. Like, I wanted to bring him up anyway because we were. But remember Denny McLean? He did community service at 7-Elevens and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
I was talking to people in my Slack group about like what a piece of shit Denny McLean was.
He's a bad person.
He like embezzled everything, like retirement.
Yeah.
He even had a cushy $275,000 a year job with Eli and Denny.
Yep.
He was just everything was handed to him. Like had the physical gifts to be a pro athlete. But he couldn't get that criminal element out of his mind.
Right.
No.
Right.
Denny McLean he would rob you, take your unemployment, everything. He just couldn't stop himself.
It's called outlaw mentality.
And and we were talking about he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
He has been obese for 40 years. He has been obese my entire life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ever since I've been born, I've never seen Denny anything but 300 pounds or better.
Right. And he's still
And he's
kicking
still around.
He is still a fat piece of shit.
And he would drink a case of Pepsi, they said. A case of Pepsi.
Every day.
You'd be better off drinking a case of beer than Pepsi
Yep.
a day. That would
What
tear
is
your
he?
stomach.
He's got to be like
I think
I think he's 70, 72 or something.
he was. Yeah, wasn't as old as you think he is.
But he's alive.
Yeah.
And he's been fucking
because he
obese
played
forever.
Well, he was on the 68.
That was the year he won 31,
Right.
and he was like 25.
Is he
when
still
did
the
that.
last
Oh,
30
then
game winner?
if
He
that's
has
a-
to be.
Then he's got to be
He's
like
76.
I was going to say he's got to be like 75, 76 then.
Yeah.
He's got to be the last 30 game winner because they
This-
changed the rotation to 5 right after that.
It was 5, and then also you have all these, different people that come in for
middle
the 7th,
reliever.
8th,
Yeah.
So here, this I always thought this funny, and you know exactly what this was. He married his wife in 1963, Sharon Boudreau. He divorced her in 1998, and then in 2003 he remarried her. When did he go to jail for shit? Was it about that time?
Right around then. Yeah.
it's pretty
So
much-
he's like, I'm going to jail. We're getting divorced. All right, I'm out of jail. Let's get back together. All right, cool.
Yeah,
It was so she could.
they could hide money and do whatever they had to do.
He's definitely manipulating funds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Denny, I still like him. There's some criminals for some reason you like him.
Likeable criminals.
He's
That's true.
but he is a piece of shit. Denny,
He's a piece of shit.
Denny, you're a piece of
yeah,
shit, but
yeah.
I'm still a fan.
Yeah.
Just because you won 31 games.
Stay away from my 401k, Denny.
The last one who was really kind of like that year that Verlander, what did he win? 24.
Yeah,
But at the rate he was going at that time, when he hit that 24 mark, like he'd only lost he'd only had one loss.
I think it was 24-4 that year.
But he only had like one loss, and he only had like one no decision or two no decision. He didn't have, but at the rate he was going, if he would have he could have potentially been very close to that, but he couldn't. I don't think he could have hit 30 anyway. The way it worked,
I don't think so.
But he could have got like 28, and that would have been.
That would have been close to the record.
Yeah. There wasn't. I mean, a 24, 25 wins. I mean, that's
I was trying to see what his stats were that season, because McLean's stats for that season for 68 were
300 pounds, fasting glucose 200. Oh, it's baseball stats. Okay,
He was 31-6 that year.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
so
four.
he-
That was four-man rotation.
That's in 37. So he pitched. So 37 games right there. He pitched in a total of 41 games.
Jesus.
Okay. Do you know how many complete games he pitched that year?
No, probably quite a few, right?
Yeah. Well, he won 31. He lost 6. Of those games, those 37 games that he got decisions in, he pitched 28 complete games.
Yeah, but that was a lot more common.
28. You know what his ERA was?
Probably like 2 point something.
1.96.
Jesus.
And it wasn't even the best ERA in the league. Bob Gibson would have been.
Gibson,
that year's
Gibson's, yeah.
1.12.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's when the pitcher's mound was like fucking Mount Everest.
Yeah. So they got all kinds of...
right. Yeah.
Here we're pitching. You gotta have a fucking Sherpa bring you the ball.
Coming down the mountain.
Yeah. Here's Kwang Long Zanghai. He's bringing me my ball. He's got to come up.
He struck out 280 that year.
Wow.
The era of the pitcher, because like Sandy Koufax, there were so many great pitchers that were all around at the same time. And if you stand 4 feet from the plate, they were going to throw it at your head because you were disrespecting them.
Yeah, right.
God,
Don Drysdale, get away from that plate, boy.
that came up this week. The stupid unwritten rules of baseball.
Oh yeah, I know.
The fucking Fernando Tatis Jr. Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And people were like,
And he carried the bat too far. Is that what it was?
no. They were up by 7 runs in the 8th,
yeah.
and he swung on a 3-0 pitch and hit a grand slam.
Sorry.
He had 7 RBIs that game.
Yeah.
But
They're like,
they're like, you can't do that. And his coach is like, look, we gave him a sign. He missed it. He shouldn't have swung. He's young. It's one of the unwritten rules, blah, blah, blah. But fuck that. So if you're up by a certain amount, you're supposed to stop trying.
Yeah, what is
so,
this?
So you stop trying so they can keep on trying.
So this is what
to catch up to you. It's like, no, you got to give them a chance to come back.
Yeah.
I don't
This
get that.
gentleman's rule.
No, I mean it's you're not supposed to show up the other team. It's always been that way.
The only people that I hated for that I truly thought abused the gentleman's were all the fucking SEC teams.
Oh yeah,
when they play shit competition.
Yep.
And the Big Ten, the Big Ten did have better. Like after 35-0, the Big Ten you put the scrubs out.
Yeah,
but SEC no, they want that national rating. They would go 65. They keep fucking hammering North Dakota State to death.
Yeah,
So
and then people are like, oh yeah, but you know how much they paid that school, just that one game, that school made $10 million. So what?
It's unsportsmanlike.
You don't
Fuck
need to
you.
stomp them a new mud hole.
That doesn't mean you go out and make them feel like total dog shit.
Plus, why don't you want to rest your starters? I don't understand that.
Yeah, once you're completely superior, and like what you're describing with the Grand Slam, that's not really that big of a deal to me.
No,
because they're for one thing they're pros.
Well, it was
it's professional.
Him himself had 7 RBIs.
He had 7 RBIs. The team scored 14 runs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But and I get it. You don't want to be. It's baseball. Okay. It's a professional league. Some teams are better than other teams. It happens. That's the way it is. But you're both professional teams.
Yeah, I'm getting paid $2 million for you to make me look like shit. I don't care. I got $2 million.
Dude, yeah.
They had
So he
did that, and then they had like what three more games in a row that they had.
They had a grand slam in 4 straight games.
4 straight games. It's never been done.
They set a record. Yeah,
it's never been done.
He was having fun. He's a 21-year-old kid.
Yeah, right.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He loves the game.
Yeah.
He plays it the right way.
Yeah,
he's a really good kid. He's fun to watch,
Yeah.
and he enjoys himself. You can see he's enjoying himself.
Yeah.
And he did that.
I'm like,
he
let
did miss
him
a
do
sign. If anything, if you're going to criticize him for anything, it's that he didn't look over his base coach and get his sign like he was supposed to.
Right.
Criticize that. Fine. Don't criticize him for him run.
Let me guess. The next guy up to bat got it fucking thrown
They
at
threw
his
behind
head.
Manny Machado, the
Yeah.
next batter.
Yeah.
So, and Manny Machado's like, all right, cool. But the last out of the inning was Eric Hosmer.
Yeah.
And he ran down to first, and then he looked over at the Rangers dugout, and it's like, don't worry, we'll talk to him. We'll show him what the rules are. It's like, okay, so it's his own teammate. He went over there, and after that, they showed him talking to Tatis, and the kid just looked dejected.
Yeah.
He wasn't having fun anymore.
Right.
Wasn't being himself. They're going to ruin the kid.
Yep.
Because he didn't do anything wrong.
Well, yeah, and Hosmer's one of them that hit the grand slam.
He did 2 nights later, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Machado hit one night, and Will Myers, I think, won.
Yep.
Will Myers hit one and then got hurt the next game. But so basically, these stupid unwritten rules.
Yeah, I mean, some of that shit's just like,
It's like some of them I get. Like, if you're trying to break up a no-hitter, that's fine. Don't take the cheap way out and bunt. I guess I kind of get that, but your job is to not let the other team win. You're out there to win a game.
Well, technically, you could take this thing. Okay, this guy's pitching. He's on fire today.
Yeah.
We gotta do what we can to win. If I bunt and get on base, it can maybe set the tone. And it set the tone here, and we can get something going.
Sorry if you're throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game.
Yeah.
But personally, I wouldn't if I were a coach. Like, nobody bunt. Whatever.
I know. I understand it.
But technically, you can make an argument that you should.
There's some people that will.
Because you got to kill that rhythm.
Yeah.
You're there to win. Now, especially if they're not hitting good. Let's say the game's 1-0.
Okay, so where does that
1-0? You got to it's close.
Where does that unwritten rule? In what inning does that begin? Because what if it's the 3rd inning and I bunt?
No, well, the rule they're going by is if it's after 6 and you're up by 7, you kind of slowing down.
Was it Nolan Ryan that pitched a no-hitter and still lost somehow? There's some old pitcher that was a really good. He pitched a no-hitter but somehow lost.
Well, like we were talking about like the no-hitter.
Because the other guy was pitching a 1-hitter, but no one scored either side until the extra innings.
We were talking about like the no-hitter and like bunting.
Yeah.
All right. So what? Like, if I mean, is there a certain inning that you just go, oh yeah, he's throwing a no-hitter, so don't bunt now?
I don't know.
That's like, it's stupid. All right, because here.
It happened with Verlander. He was throwing one, and one of the guys tried to bunt, and they were chirping at him.
Yeah,
it's like, well, I mean, that's his job is to try to get a hit off of you.
Here and you know what, and I would probably be like, because he was my guy, I
bitched about it when it happened. Yeah,
but the fact is, all right,
intentional walk.
The best thing I've ever, and this goes for any sport, and a great coach once said, you play to win the game.
That's the point. That's why I don't understand why.
It's one of the greatest lines I've ever heard. Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. That's it. Sorry. I mean, yes, there's unwritten rule. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, all right. Like, if I'm killing you fucking 18-1, I'm all right, well, we're going to stop fucking.
I did like that some other people was like, because it happened to the Rangers. It was the Padres Rangers, and when Tatis Jr. hit this grand slam, but they were complaining about it. And then somebody posted like, oh, yeah, they weren't complaining. And they showed a game from 2007 when the Rangers beat the Orioles 30-3.
Yeah.
And they kept running up the score. Obviously, there's nobody involved from that game.
Yeah, still
playing now.
Right.
Although, actually, the two coaches were in the Texas system coaching at that point. The one from the Padres and the one from the Rangers. So they could have been there as coaches. But
was Washington coaching or managing at that time, I think.
Yeah, but I think. Well, no, actually, these guys.
Or was he snorting cocaine and getting suspended by? At
no,
that point?
he wasn't the coach at that point. He wasn't until a couple years later.
Right. He was in the system. Yeah.
Because Ron Washington was still in Oakland
Oh, okay.
at that point. I'm trying to remember.
They're hot right now.
Of course they are. They won't do anything in playoffs.
No,
don't worry.
I know. It's like all those years that they were, oh man, and then they'd come and play us.
They play at small ball,
and we would bash them.
They play at small ball.
They'd come
and they will win their division.
They'd come in and play that division. They'd come in and play the divisional round against us, and we would just hammer them. Like they wouldn't even win a game.
Well, I mean, when we beat them to go to World Series, that was a championship series. So they made it, that was the furthest they'd made in a long time.
Right, but I'm saying like after that, we played them. Just like the Yankees, like a couple times with the Yankees, we just came in and just like.
The A's will almost always win the West.
Yeah,
because everybody else sucks. They will not do shit in the fucking playoffs.
Well, yeah, they got what? Seattle,
and they spend about $45 million on their payroll.
Mm-hmm. They got who's on?
I mean, they probably pay more.
Who's
than
in
that,
the West? Seattle,
Angels, and
Angels.
Who's the fourth team? The Rangers would be the fourth team.
Well, isn't Houston now one of the teams too?
So they're the fifth team, yeah. Houston's
because when they sold to Crane,
yep.
So he had to put him in the American League because Bud Selig refused to let Milwaukee go back to the American League.
Seattle, Texas, Houston.
Yep.
Who did we just say? Oakland. And the L.A. Angels of Anaheim.
Yes.
L.A. Angels.
I hate that name.
I remember
when the game's greatest player, Mike Trout.
When I was a kid collecting baseball cards,
California.
California Angels.
I know.
Right. Reggie Jackson was on that.
Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I'm thinking of, but I had somebody who played on the team, and I cannot think who it was now. But I was like, California Angels. I thought he was awesome.
Pujols is still there.
He's still there.
I thought he was done a year or two ago.
No, because when they signed him, they gave him a 10-year contract.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it had already been 10 years.
No, I think he's still got 2 years after this.
He's still got 2 years?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
His contract's almost as long as Miguel's.
Right, but I thought he got it a few years before.
He did. Miguel's got until 2024.
Man.
2023, 2024.
Wow.
I know we're getting near time-ish. I want to bring something up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have time?
Yeah.
And I saw you posted something about this. This is actually something serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike posted something on Twitter about this either yesterday or the day before. What the fuck is Netflix thinking with that stupid fucking Cuties? Dude. Okay, so
where's Chris Hansen when you need him?
I don't know what this is.
Our current climate of people being arrested for pedophilia and all these fucking predators online and stuff.
Right.
This is a movie, and they promoted it, and it's supposed to be like, the posters, it's like a pedophile's wet dream. It's like just these young girls making little faces and stuff, and it's like, apparently they're advertising this for pedophiles, and then, but even worse, they're like, this is a really serious movie that they're trying to bring attention to this problem and blah blah blah. Have you read the synopsis for that movie, Cuties?
No, I haven't.
It's about a girl who's 11-year-old girl who's trying to fulfill her dream of joining a world-class twerking team. She's 11. It's like, what the hell? How? First of all,
twerking is like it's dancing, but it's all about
it's all
about sex.
It's basically a
adults started twerking
a hip thrust movement to simulate sex.
Yeah, I've seen and it looks like they're basically bouncing on a cock.
That's what it is. Yeah,
yeah, and and I kept on hearing about how the movie's like it won awards because it's basically it's bringing light this problem, blah blah blah. I'm like, and I'm reading the synopsis, and maybe there's more to it, but the synopsis they put out there is she's trying to, and going through the different hostilities and stuff, but she's trying to join a twerking
trying to get on
team.
that professional twerking team.
And I'm like, and then Netflix totally fucking screwed the pooch. with the advertising. First of all, I actually probably put the movie out, but second of all,
Yeah, the advertising, the pictures, the trailers, it's bad.
it's bad.
It's bad
What
by
were they
any metric.
thinking?
There's no possible way to cover for it or explain it away. They fucked up.
Right, so,
bad.
yeah,
Bad.
so you know, like when I go home, I got to watch this preview just so I know.
Like, it's not even acceptable in prison, Netflix. Okay, They'll kill you in prison for things like that.
It's bad, and like I don't want to say especially right now. At any time, this wouldn't be acceptable, but like everybody's
well aware of pedophile rings and child. The 800,000 kids get snatched a year in human trafficking.
Yeah. Why would you put this out right now?
Yeah, exactly.
When the great eye is, everybody's focused on it, and
because I saw something about it the night before. I think it was yesterday. You shared something on Twitter, and I saw. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We bring that up.
Like I haven't been on Netflix. I haven't watched anything in a while, and I started other than Planet Earth or Our Planet, because that helps me sleep. But, I started watching. I finally started watching. What's the damn cartoon? F is for Family.
I've heard good things. It's Bill Burr one, right?
Oh yeah. I've watched like 3 episodes. It's hilarious because he plays the dad, and it's loosely based on his. But now I have to go on and watch the preview of this so that I can be like totally
awful.
Like, yes, right. So I can be totally sickened to my stomach.
So, how about? It's not that hard, people. I don't care what kind of scene you're from or what. Do not do anything sexualizing children in any way. Why does that have to be said that it's wrong? Why do you have to even say it?
I know why. Yes.
It's like you guys really shouldn't sexualize. Like, I'm saying this because there's people that don't get it.
Someone brought it up, and I haven't seen it yet, but I guess Christina Aguilera and what's the one that Morgan likes that sings? Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Did a song together, and the video is basically them trying to make it like when they were young, and they just want to be singers and want to be on the shows and they want to sing, and how they took them when they were young and immediately started sexualizing them. They're talking 14 years old.
Yeah, there's Demi Lovato and
Christina Aguilera.
Oh yeah,
obviously different age brackets.
Yeah.
But they did the same thing with both of them. And look, they did the fucking Britney Spears.
They did everything.
As soon as Mickey Mouse Club was over and she wanted to go start doing stuff,
they put her.
Okay, you gotta start doing sexual stuff.
But the thing we were talking about, like Samantha Fox, I would joke about. She isn't that much older than me.
Dude,
she was.
Samantha
They had her and the girl from "I Want Candy" song. They were kids, 15, 15 years old.
Well, Samantha Fox was a Page Six girl, which is like almost nude modeling.
Yeah.
For Page Six in the newspaper in Britain, starting when she was 15 years old.
Yeah. It was a different time. They did that stuff.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
It was just,
it was crazy that. Well,
she's 6 years older than you. So yeah, that'd been about right.
Is it? She's
53.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
When we looked her up,
I think I could totally. Mike, I think we could get her.
Samantha Fox. I did hear though that she's like she doesn't like the labels of what she goes. Well, I don't go by labels, but I think she has a girlfriend, but she doesn't consider herself a lesbian.
Oh, like that's okay.
She doesn't have a label.
I thought maybe I thought you were going to tell me that she was Christian now. She'd been saved or something like that, so you had no chance.
Oh no, that would probably increase my chance.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just be like, can we watch the scissor fight?
Yeah. Touch me. I'm on
Mm-hmm. I just remember at Hot Hits they had her poster on the inside of the bathroom door.
Yeah.
So when you close the bathroom door to go to the bathroom,
there it is.
They had them at IROC. They had the nude.
Yeah.
They had the nude Playboy thing.
Yep.
Said I've been wanting them titties.
But anyways, sexualizing children's bad.
Yes.
That was the whole point of this.
Yeah.
We're not to talk about Samantha Fox naked again.
Well, yeah, because like we were talking about I Want Candy and Samantha Fox and Brooke Shields.
Oh, Brooke Shields.
Yeah. She was. They had a
Blue Lagoon.
Lagoon, and then there was a photo spread of her from back.
Yep.
She was a kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just Netflix.
Kind of hard to deny that pedophiles don't run everything.
But in this right
Jeez.
now, this climate right now, the fact that they would think that was going to fly just astounds me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting backlash.
They're
Everyone
getting
was cool. Like
backlash.
Tiger King, as far as you can go. Netflix.
Well,
like,
even
yeah.
I mean, you could even go to like the Tracy Lords, but like that was really just. It was a huge mistake on the porno industry for not like verifying how old
Vetting
she
it.
was.
They did not vet it properly.
Yeah,
No.
they did not. Yeah, instead they just somebody probably knew. Hey, I don't think she's 18. Hey, who cares? Look how great she is.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you ever saw it, but I saw. I saw her porno. I saw it back then, like
Oh yeah.
when I was
you
a
were around.
teenager, and
By
like
the time we heard about it,
But,
after
but
the fact.
Believe me, like-
everything has been vetted off the internet. So
Oh,
anything you see
yeah.
from her now, she was at least 18, 19.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's
But I
only a
mean,
few.
she was like amazing. Like you're like, wow, yeah, I would.
Keep digging that grave, Al.
I could see why guys were wanting to, but none of us knew that she was that young. I mean,
Didn't find out till after the fact. Yeah.
well, years later.
Yeah,
When
like she was
a-
she was at over 18 when everybody found out that she was underage. When she
Yeah,
started.
she was already
Yeah.
like doing B movies, like on like she wasn't even doing porno
Yeah.
by the time.
Well, by the time it all came out, she was actually in the, like Crybaby and
Yeah,
all that
that's right, she was
stuff,
in
though.
Crybaby.
Yeah, but then she
like
was.
I didn't actually know about it until she was like doing Blade. That
I forgot she was in actually some real movies.
I think I
Like
heard
good
about it before
movies.
that, but it wasn't much before that. I was still a teenager, but
I just remember like she did a lot of those straight to Cinemax, HBO, but they were
shitty
like,
movies, yeah.
Yeah, like
I mean-
Shannon Tweed and
Whoa. Shannon
Or-
Tweed movies were great.
Real quick
Yeah.
before we go, you know how a few weeks ago I talked about we talked about Rebecca De Mornay, how she was so hot and everything.
Yeah.
I
wasn't
did
here
not
for
know that her dad was like the OG, like hyper screaming, yelling, like right winger guy. He was
Really?
like, his name's Wally. The show was called Wally. Look it up.
Oh,
It was her dad.
yeah.
And that was her dad.
Yeah.
And he was like an Alex Jones type guy, like screaming at people. He'd bring them, but they came in. It's actually better than anything you'll see now because they bring people into the studio and they just scream at each other. I was like, it was scripted. You could tell a lot of it was.
I
Springer.
forgot about
It was Springer, but we talked about the the 80s and the Springer. This was before any of that. Before Alex Jones and Infowars. This is true like infotainment. And I was like, and then I talked to one of my uncles. I was like, Dad, I didn't know that her dad did that. He goes, yeah, she like disowned him because she didn't want anything to do with.
Yeah.
Like he was just this.
I forgot about that Wally.
Yeah, that's her dad, Wally.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's her dad. Okay. And then anyway, so I went on a bender of like, he had Tom Metzger, the Aryan Resistance guy,
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
and they were arguing. He goes, "You're a piece of shit, Nazi." Blah, blah, blah. Arguing. Then he had like crazy whatever. It was just a wild fucking show, and staged probably, but wild.
Yeah,
Check it out, Wally.
Yeah,
Rebecca De Mornay's dad.
She disowned him, and then the National Enquirer said that she called him a bigamist, so he threatened to sue her,
Yeah,
his daughter.
Wow.
I remember.
But it was in the
remember.
National Enquirer, so guess what? She didn't actually say it.
I remember that. I remember
No, it was
that
true.
stuff though.
I looking at him now, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, I just went on a big bender of it the other night. Just watching. I'm like, oh my god, this show's.
The rabbit hole.
It's like Springer versus before Springer, and yeah.
It's
So it's pretty.
I
Interesting.
did not know that.
Yeah, it's
I
her
remember-
dad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that, but I totally forgot about. I mean, I spaced on that. I mean, that was years and years ago. But I remember it.
Yeah.
As soon as you started bringing it up, I'm like, yeah, I remember that dude. I forgot all about
Wally.
that. I remember
Wally George.
I remember the her disowning him. I remember him saying he was going to sue her. In the Enquirer. I remember seeing that because I had friends whose parents bought all those damn things.
Yeah. Oh, the Enquirer. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
I think we all have friends whose
Yeah.
parents bought it because it's the same family of friends. Because
the different generations.
different generations of the same family.
Yeah, like you hung around Frank's older brother, then Frank hung around us, and just like went down the line.
Inquiring minds.
Like I would see
wanna know.
inquires at their house. I'm like, wait, real people read these?
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, there was like,
Yeah, I remember him. I remember him all the way.
There was National Enquirer who like, they mixed in, they sprinkled truth with the lies.
Yeah.
But then there was the one that was like Pat Boy.
Weekly World News.
Fucking crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Yep. That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
crazy.
Like
Kind of like how you got, like, you might have like a, like an InfoWars or sprinkles, it's infotainment. And then you got like David Icke, like reptilians or screwing
like
us.
I had my friend John, a friend of mine, John. His parents, his mom and dad bought all
transsexual Satan worshipers.
They bought all those. It was the Worldwide News. It was the Inquirer. There was like 3 or 4 of them that they bought all the time. Yeah, and they read them. Oh yeah,
it's 100% true.
Well, what was the movie that the parents? Was it So I Married an Axe Murderer? The mom and dad, the Scottish mom and dad, they read all those. And
I was
they
reading the
believed
papers.
and they were reading the papers. Yeah,
and the one that actually turned out to be true was the axe murderer.
Yeah, the axe
wife.
murderer. Yeah.
But it actually wasn't her. But I love that movie.
Yeah, oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah, head.
I just watched.
Look at the size of his head.
I picked it and we watched it with the kids a few months ago, and they even liked it.
Yeah,
they play that damn Toad the Wet Sprocket song all the time, though. There she goes.
Oh yeah.
They
I didn't know that was Toad the Wet Sprocket.
They did it on the soundtrack, but they couldn't play it in the movie, so somebody else did it in the movie.
Right.
Yeah, but it was.
I didn't know.
I don't think they wrote it either.
No, because like I always remembered the version from the movie. That I would always hear that on the radio, but I remember somebody saying that was.
No, maybe I'm thinking of a different song, anyways.
Yep. Another case of someone like not talking to their daughter is John Voight.
Oh, and Angelina Jolie.
But she cuts everybody out of her life. She snaps and because he was he on Conan or something? He's like, Angelina, please.
I'm sorry.
He's like, please call me. He was on one of them shows like begging her to call him. I was like, fuck, man, that must be fucked up. Your daughter's crazy and won't talk to you because she preemptively removed her breast and snapped.
I know that when I saw that, I'm like, man, that bitch has lost it.
Well,
because John Voight's a pretty level-headed
it was
dude.
pretty much inevitable that she was going to get breast cancer. I mean, there was like 4 generations of women in her family that had it. I mean,
but you can't. But you can do a mammogram and like it seems too crazy to like preemptively.
I don't know why. Yeah,
cut it out. But
they're boobs. You don't want to get rid of this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, mainly what she did was like remove all the fat tissue,
the mammary stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so it's
yeah, breast. I'll probably get breast cancer if I keep eating all this shit here, all this tissue.
Peter Criss had it.
Yeah,
drummer of Kiss.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yep.
And what?
Had breast cancer.
Damn.
Back when Mom used to do inventories, her boss.
Inventories.
Not the boss, but his partner at the time. George. I think his name is George. He had breast cancer. He was a survivor.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had heard that. I'm like, I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Boo Radleys did it.
Boo Radleys.
Yeah. Toad Wet Sprocket was on the soundtrack. But they played that song 7 times in that movie.
There she goes. The Boo Radleys.
And then Sixpence None the Richer covered it in like 2003.
That's the one. Yeah.
It was like, God.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about.
There was definitely like some 90s bands that were, because the Boo Radleys, like before that, they were kind of a little different. They kind of had
the Laws. The Laws are the band that wrote it.
Yeah.
The Laws, 1990. But if we're talking about Sixpence None the Richer, I think the show's over.
Yeah.
Because
it's time to end it.
There's no reason to talk about them.
No.
Guys,
letters to Cleo.
Hey, now Ben from Parks and Rec loves Letters to Cleo, and they were on the show.
Okay.
All right,
I've never seen the show. Okay. And y'all have a good night.
We are on every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. If you're catching us on the podcast, that doesn't matter when you listen. But if you want to see us live, 10 p.m. every Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. And follow us, like, subscribe. Please, we want more likes. We need more subscribers.
We need more subscribers.
Any social media format, find us. It's Radio Underground. It's us.
Don't forget to promote next week's The 69.
Episode 69, which has no significance to me, but Jay wants to be here for it, so so we'll make it a thing for Jay, I guess.
So we
69.
purposely
No, it's honoring the Bill and Ted
skipped a
weekend.
week.
69 honoring Bill and Ted weekend next week because the third Bill and Ted comes out next Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That is right.
But we purposely
tying
skipped
it
a
in.
week. We skipped a show so that 69 would be on a week that Jay could.
This is what we told them, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we told him. He's not listening.
So, all right, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
Good night.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground.